Silver. We are here in Bahrain, and of course, the middle of the desert almost, isn't it? Of course, a couple of years ago, I say a couple of years ago, about 16, 20 odd years ago, this was just desert, and now look at it, it's of course one of the most state-of-the-art tracks in the Formula 1 calendar. It's absolutely fantastic stuff. It really is, isn't it? As oh gosh, I've just got on my LSO and I'm like, fantastic stuff. Anyway, yeah, on this circuit then, 15 turns and 3.3 miles long. This is Pedro Dalla Rosa, when he was super subbing for Juan Pablo Montoya, because I think he had a tennis accident, didn't he, in his early career with the McLaren team, which wasn't a very good thing to do, was it, for Juan Pablo's point of view? And I think then it was Wurz who super subbed in for the Imola, wasn't it, for the San Marino Grand Prix? Yeah, so McLaren had very much a revolving door, didn't they, in the opening stage of 2005, all those years ago as well. No, 2005, I absolutely love that season. It was a great season as well. It's one of my most watched season reviews, I think, that's on the DVD, or as Phone Jack used to call it, Juve. Anyway, let's quickly take a look at the drivers and the constructor standing, shall we? And Gamer is the man of the moment, isn't he? He is absolutely on fire, isn't he? In the last 3 races, he has won 2 of those 3 Grand Prix as well. The only red mark he has on his CV at the moment is the Brazilian Grand Prix, isn't it? No, not the Brazilian Grand Prix, sorry, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, when we had unexpected rain, didn't it, which really curtailed his momentum is such, unfortunate for Gamer, but apart from that, he has been absolutely magnificent, Anthony Gamer has there. He also got the full house in Australia as well, as Dan has decided to, he's had enough of me already and he has left the party. But Gamer there, full house in Australia, fantastic stuff. And Curly, I gotta say, brilliant stuff in Australia, fantastic. I don't think I gave him too much compliments, did I, on Australia, which is absolutely disgusting of me. Sounds like I got a problem with Curly Red, doesn't it? It's like, called him in midfield, rather, didn't I, in the old season preview, and then I didn't give him much compliments in Australia. But said that, I've been watching his progress in practice and up to the lead up to the season. He's been brilliant, hasn't he? I think that I've kind of got used to seeing him up there now. FIFA Beefy in 3rd position, fantastic stuff there from FIFA. Of course, when he stepped down from being a full driver last season, I think that's when we've really seen this incredible form from FIFA Beefy. He's been absolutely amazing since then. Really impressive stuff indeed. They're going back into gold as well for the final stage of the season last season. Brilliant stuff indeed. Baz in 4th position, a strong start to his season once again. He had a good start last season, so hopefully he can keep that going then. Sean Hammers in 5th position, Rembo is 6th then, with Troy 7th, Gordo in 8th then, Wilson in 9th, and Bradfield completes the top 10 as well. In the constructor standings, it looks like this at the moment. Mercedes are leading 17 points in front of McLaren, who is 2nd. Ferrari are 4 points away from the McLaren team in 3rd position. 4th position is the Renault team. Alfa Romeo is 5th, with Haas and Red Bull 6th and 7th, and respectively. Racing Point, Alfa Romeo and Williams have not got off to a good start at all, but they can change that in the beautiful night sky of Bahrain. Brilliant, something all good to me then. You're very much a chatty old bunch tonight, aren't you? So we've got a couple of debutants tonight as well. Let me quickly talk about those debutants before we get into any other action tonight. We've got Echo, who's in the Alfa Romeo tonight, as he is replacing, I think he's replacing the let me have a look. I'm just having a look. So replacing Fran, as Fran unfortunately is not able to take part tonight. And of course we've also got a full pledged debutant tonight, a Paul Dew. I think that's how you say it. I apologise if not there, but yeah, that's really appalling from my point of view. But Paul Dew then is as I think his real name is Killian there. A fantastic name that really is indeed. Then I got to say brilliant stuff, and I love that name then. But Paul Dew then is just coming around circle now. He's making his full ALR debut tonight as well, and a good old red, white and blue helmet. Lovely stuff indeed there from a Paul Dew then. But yeah, he's replacing Sean Hammers there, who unfortunately cannot race tonight as well. Of course, I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're doing okay, Sean. And yes, my DMs is always open if you do need to chat about anything. Right then, let's quickly have a look to see who's first out on the track then. I think it is Wilson. Wilson was very unhappy after Australia, if I recall, and not a happy fellow indeed, was he, Wilson? But hopefully he can put that to rest tonight and get some good performances in then. Gio first, and Gio is also second as well. Hello, Sean, I love you there from Ayrton as well. Ayrton feeling a bit nervous tonight then, isn't he? Which he probably didn't want me to share, but unfortunately I'm kind of like an open book there. If you say anything, bear in mind I'll probably say it on the stream as well, because it kind of sticks in my mind, especially when someone says do not say anything. So I've just jumped out of my skin. As Murphy there is in the racing points, and I don't know, he's not meant to be racing. I've just jumped out of my skin because me Febreze has just sprayed right in my face there, so good stuff. Gordo is hello Gordo, hope you're having a great day today. Of course, Gordo was a bit unlucky. He got 8th position in the end, but he was fighting so high up the field, wasn't he? I say he's got unlucky then, but I think that maybe the tyres just dropped away from him a bit, but he had a great first, he had a great opening round, didn't he? Good stuff indeed there from Gordo, and hopefully he can continue that form tonight as well. I think Gordo is one of the most improved drivers since he's first stepped foot in ALR then, and I hope he takes that as a compliment, because it's a brilliant. He's been absolutely amazing stuff. He's like one of those he's kind of like one of those charts that go straight up. I can't remember what it is now, but there you go. That's the end of that, isn't it? Gio saying he's had all 3 comments as well. Diashi there, hello Sean, good evening Diashi. Becca, evening, hello Becca. As Becca said, jealous Gio. We've also got I am Slothfarer of a high five for a wavy hand there. I am going to call that a high five, Rex. I love to high five Sloth, but yes, so Sloth over a wavy hand, good stuff indeed. Then we have also got Gio saying I'm out for a league. We've also got first to say I love you, Sean, so I win then. And I got to say I've Sean, not meant Sean now. We got evening Wilson there, evening, good evening Wilson. We've got Gio as well. Let's hope Gordo gets knocked out of Q1 then. Oh goodness me, then Gio's a bit salty tonight, isn't he? We have got Wilson there starting us off right from the get-go, and 4/10 of a second in front of 4 seconds, just like I say that, goodness me, the 2 Haas boys are 1 and 2. Gio fastest, F1 2019 second fastest, Echo in third position. Great to see Echo back in an ALR event, fantastic stuff indeed. We got a Mercedes coming around as well. Here comes Paul Ju. I missed out there, Paul Ju, but he is in the 27 so far, a late entry into ALR tonight then, so he hasn't had as much testing or as much going on as the other drivers then, so give Paul Ju just a couple of laps to really bet himself in there. Might be very similar to Nico Hulkenberg there in the European Grand Prix. I say the European Grand Prix. It's like, I think it was the I don't know, what was it, the Eiffel Grand Prix? I think so. But basically, I'm just going to call it the Luxembourg or something like that. Then Red Bull's gone fast there, 25.7 there from Red Bull. Goodness me, she's just blown everyone out of the water so far. Fantastic. Baz out on circuit. We've also got Troy as well coming down the back straight then, and before he turns into turn at 15 as well. Technically, there's only 14 turns on this circuit. There is, I start to really bang my drum, don't I, about the corner names and all that kind of jazz. Wow, Renault are absolutely flying out there. Remember, Renault had a good night last night as well, with Emerson getting a very good performance out of that car, didn't he? I think he was a bit unhappy. Well, he's a bit, I wouldn't say he's unhappy. I think he was a bit disappointed about Australia, wasn't he, after how things unfolded there. But he got his first win of the season. That was his 19th win of his Grand Prix career in ALR as well. Fantastic, isn't it? Goodness me, crazy numbers, isn't it? And it was his 60th Grand Prix start as well last night for Emerson. We usually celebrate the milestones there, but because it's Emerson, we didn't. Now, of course we got then, and unfortunately, last night I was a little beyond the 8 ball. So, hopefully our social media team will throw up a lovely image somewhere of Emerson there celebrating his 60th Grand Prix. Good stuff indeed. Then here comes Baz, who's currently 4th in the World Championship at the moment. Good start there from Baz. He comes across the line and he throws it into the 26s. Good stuff indeed. He's the meat in the Haas sandwich at the moment. Lovely stuff indeed. I'd love to be a bit of meat. We have got New Patel then at a very difficult Australian Grand Prix, while he has really thrown the gauntlet down straight from the get-go. He's done a 25.6, a tenth of a second, less than a tenth of a second in front of Red Bull at the moment there, but his F1 2019 has still got the fastest lap apparently according to that graphic down there. That graphic lies, so do not believe it. Do not believe everything you read in the old in the old on-screen stuff, indeed. Then just taking a look now. Let me quickly get rid of. So there we go. Indeed, then as gamers liked one of our tweets. I think that I'm going to try and tag you in a couple next time we tweet, gamer. I keep trying to search for a name, but I never can find it. And well, there you go then. But that's probably me being a bit of a fool, really. I don't know much about the old Twitter sphere, to be fair. So I struggled to log into my account for a very long time until about last year. Lovely helmet, by the way, from Steve. I do love his purple and black helmet. It does look very similar to Lewis Hamilton's, doesn't it? He is the only man out on the circuit at the moment there who's doing a quick lap, apart from Bradfield. How can I miss Bradfield? He's currently on the back straight as well. 3 DR zones around here. We're 7 minutes into the session as I quickly look back down as well. As we've got Gamer saying, evening show, good evening, Gamer Diashi. Dry then. As yes, I'm glad that someone's thrown in the weather report as well. And this also gives me a good opportunity to tell me when it only rains 12 days a year in Bahrain. Then, as I'm sure everyone's very interested about that, aren't they? Gunnar saying, evening everyone. Young Light saying, Sean here for the 2,000 marks. You know it then. Hello everyone. We've also got Cardboy saying, let's go Troy. And we've also got Mr. Got Young Light saying, "Come on, Geo in P1," and he's also asked why is Dan retired? Because Dan is Dan forgot to go put himself in spectator mode, as of course, unfortunately, Nigel is unable to take part as well in the second Ferrari, unfortunately for Nigel. But I hope all is well on Nigel's side. Hope all is okay on Nigel's side as well. Then, so of course, Nigel, of course, been here almost since the beginning. Nigel has there, and of course, He's one of our own, isn't he, Nigel is? And we've got Bradfield going 5th fast at the moment. And good stuff indeed then. Gamer there is just coming down the back straight as well. Gamer here is the World Championship leader, and I gotta say, since the United States Grand Prix, maybe even Mexico, this man has been absolutely formidable, hasn't he? He's been really much top of everything, hasn't he? As we said, apart from that blip in Abu Dhabi, Gamer has really been on his toes. He kind of snuck under the radar, didn't he, in Australia towards the end there, but then he just pulled out a pretty decent lap, didn't he, to say least. Here comes Ballet then as he comes up to the line as well. I hope I say his name right. He did a great race in gold last night. I'm hoping for more of the same here again tonight there for Ballet then as well, but brilliant stuff. I think that was his best performance in ALR to date then. Absolutely amazing stuff indeed. We're on board the Ferrari driver of FIFA, who is coming down the back straight as well then. FIFA, the salmon pink helmet, beautiful stuff indeed there. That's his trademark, and I do love a trademark in F1. And DRS then right on the money then, and FIFA comes across the line. He's currently only 15 fastest. That's not his trademark, is it? So he's going to have to go around again and on board with the man who was second in the World Championship at home. That is Curly Red then. And as we got to Young Light saying, let's go Rempo, brilliant drive then. You guys have to agree that Silver is really close this season. I absolutely agree. Because and we got Gamer then. I've been singing his praises, Gamer, but you cannot discount out Curly Red as well. I think he's a brand new man this season in the McLaren. He's absolutely fantastic, isn't he? Curly is then, and really since the pre-seasons there, he has been on this. He's been absolutely pounding the laps in, hasn't he? He's been doing his homework, and of course there, and the first to arrive and the last person to leave, kind of thing, and you will get your just desserts, don't you? Your rewards. And Curly definitely got that in Australia then. Now let's see what he could do in Bahrain as well. Remember, Australia's a bit of a difficult to really measure the drivers, as Rempo has retired from the session, but I think she's saving some in the pits. Curly goes at full fast at the moment, just behind the two Renault cars then. So good stuff indeed then. We got FIFA Beefy going for a second bite of cherry. No, he's not then. He's invited his time. Blitz in the pits then, and Wilson also coming in the pits as well. I keep getting a horrible echo of my voice, goodness me. I'm going to have to turn myself down. Gordo saying that was a poor lap from me then, but Gordo is currently in 8th position, so we're in a very poor lap at all actually from yourself, Gordo. I'll be very happy with that, to be honest, to be in 8th position now. And he's in front of Baz and F1 2019 Echo, Ayrton, Wilson, and oh goodness me, this back end of Diashi there is really struggling at the moment. Diashi had a bit of a difficult start to his second season of Silver. He was unfortunately knocked out of qualifying, and both racing points was out before he even got going properly in Australia, unfortunately. Let's hope for a better run this time around as well then. And Wilson saying his lap was perfect, can't do any more than that. Then good stuff indeed there from Wilson. I'm loving the positivity there. Yes, brilliant stuff indeed there from Wilson there. So he's very happy, or he is down in 12th position at this moment now. So I think that that's the best he can do on this track at this moment in time, of course. So the track is a living thing, isn't it? The more rubber that goes down, the quicker you're going to be. Then Pirelli likes Pirelli rubber, doesn't it? So the more rubber goes down, then the more these tires are just going to really bite into the surface, aren't they? So, oh goodness me, Diashi there going very wide there in no man's land, wasn't he, so to speak there. Here comes Pooldo as he's now coming into the final turn as well. Turn at 14, ignore 15 unless you're Alex Albon. Let's see what he could do then as he comes up to the line. And I'm a bit short of the line now, 3/10 of a second now, and he is now edging close then, so he's doing some better times now at Pool Do is then good stuff indeed then from the Mercedes driver. Here comes FIFA, he goes 14 faster than there, and this is very interesting indeed then. And so Roscoe then we're on board then with the Williams side, and Roscoe was part of the World Constructors Champions for the Williams team in season 2, I think it was, no, season 3, I apologise. So yes, he was a part of that Williams Constructors season 3, wasn't he, with Granty on. I think it was also Paynes was in that car as well, as it was a bit of a revolving door in the second Williams towards the end of the year there. But yeah, Roscoe and Paynes are still a part of history there nonetheless. Then Gordo saying here before I bottle Q1 again, well, I'd say no, that's good, Gordo. It's only Q1, make no rush indeed then. Young like saying that nice Wilson indeed then. As Becca saying, aha, thanks a lights as well. Hashtag road to 100 comments then. Will saying it's not nice, just shows how slow I am at this moment in time then. As Gordo saying that F1 2019's lap is stuck at the bottom. Yes, it is, and there's I think Fon needs to get their graphics sorted out, don't they? Maybe I think they might have to turn it off and back on again. So just watching Roscoe coming out of the perilous turn 12 and going into 13. I highlighted turn 12 is a very difficult corner last night, but I was completely wrong, wasn't I? Which is nothing unusual, really, is it? It was turn 10 last night that was really causing some issues for the drivers. So we had a couple of drivers then at this stage last night. There was our qualifying. Roscoe mowing the grass there. He goes 14 fastest at the moment. Good stuff indeed. What about his teammate Sirius Mushroom there? Mushroom was all lost at sea in Australia, wasn't he? But he, I think, had a bit of I think he got involved in some first lap mayhem then, and since then he just didn't recover, did he? But so let's see what Sirius Mushroom could do. He was the highest placed runner in the Silver World Championship last season. It is taking part in this season. So Sirius Mushroom now has got a lot of it's basically like he's got a target on his back. Sirius Mushroom has this season. Look at his head there, it's already leaning to the left hand side, going into a right hander there. So I wonder if Sirius Mushroom's head there seeing a bit heavy at the moment now. He's gone 8 fast, so that's a good time now from Sirius Mushroom there, right from the get-go. Good stuff indeed then. So we are losing the bottom 4 cars, and ignore Dan. He is the admin, of course, so you can't really ignore him for too long, but just ignore him for this event then, of course, as he is not taking part in this one, as he forgot to put on that spectator mode. And a billet goes in the second. Ferrari is gone into 14 fast, and Wilson is on the wet tyres, and that might be one of the reasons why he's going a bit wrong at the moment then for Wilson there. So just watch Potato then, of course. He has only won 1 Grand Prix in his silver career so far, which I find absolutely astounding. He had a very messy first season, didn't he? If I hope you don't mind me saying that. So, but I feel that there was some times there where possibly could have and should have won more races. He's run wide there. I think about the Dutch Grand Prix, but remember, it's himself and Ghost. They were so close there together, weren't they? On the line, Ghost did take his first Grand Prix victory at the Dutch Grand Prix, as Potato had to wait it was at least another it was almost the end of the season, wasn't it? He had to wait some 14 more Grand Prix there, as Potato comes back into the garage now. Diashi is currently after set time so far. He is down in 20th position. This car doesn't look too happy for Diashi, and there is a myth going around, isn't it, that even though these cars are equal, some drivers like cars, other drivers don't then, and I wonder if Diashi's having this experience here, because he did such a good job in the Haas when he came into ALR, and really towards the end of the season had some great momentum, but at the moment this season in Australia he was struggling, and that car did look like a bit of a handful going down the hill in sector 2. He's done a 5 in the second sector now. And just take a look as well. I was just having a look all the way down the. Oh goodness me! Then you guys have been very chatty since the get-go. Whilst I've been looking up and seeing what's occurring. Then Emerson saying, "Hello, Sean. Hope you're well. Best of luck to my yellow Renaults tonight." Then, yes, of course. Well, they're doing a really good job so far. Diashi is currently 18th fastest. Then, that just underlines that Diashi is slightly off the pace at this stage of proceedings. Then, but it is a long season, and nonetheless, though, isn't it? Here comes Pool Do, who is also on the course as well. 1 3/4 minutes remain in the session. And there's an AlphaTauri part on the outside there. Troy has retired from the session, then, but no one has gone into the hedge so far, which is good stuff indeed, isn't it? Roscoe is pounding around there. He's on 3 laps of these soft tyres, and he's going for an hour by the cherry as well. Wilson is also out on the track then, and Diashi there, we're catching the end of it. He's gone into the Armco, and he's out of the race. And I think that Energetics did that last season, didn't he? Unfortunately for Energetics there, and of course Energetics is a very experienced driver in of its own right there, so even the best could have problems there. Diashi out of qualifying, both racing points there, having a bit of a struggling start then to their silver season then. Just watching the Mercedes now of Pool Do then. Unfortunately for Diashi, he is out of qualifying, and unfortunately then. And as Gordo saying, "Oh, I've got to play it safe. I got to play it safe in Q1 again." Then, and just taking a look down the comments as well. Energetics actually. Do you need a bottle, Sean? I probably do, to be honest. There, but I think I have got a bottle. Actually, I've got a bottle of Vimto next to me, which is absolutely fine stuff indeed. Then, isn't it? As we're just now on board with Paul Do then, as he's coming out of the final turn as well. Then this might be a better lap. Then it's 4/10 of a second there. He's still 19th on the grid though. He's a 10th of a second away from Diashi though. No, good stuff indeed then. What about FIFA Beefy? Roscoe's invalidated his time. Roscoe might be out qualifying. Has he got enough time then to cross the finish line? Here he is now then, accelerating now. Car 48 in the Williams then. Roscoe, oh, he's coming in the pit, so Roscoe's out qualifying. Paul Do's out qualifying as well. Diashi is. So who's going to be out qualifying then? We got Wilson and we got FIFA Beefy as well. Here comes FIFA Beefy there, accelerating out of turn 14 as well. Let's see what he can do then. Checker flag is now dropped then. FIFA Beefy, he is through and into fourth position. A much better lap there. Wilson there is the next driver then. Can he defend his position there? Ayrton is 1900 down in the first split then. Wilson is also on the course as well. Billet is unfortunately retired from the session then, so he can't defend his position then. So it might be between Billet and Wilson then. Who's going to get through into qualifying the two? Well, let's just wait and see, shall we? On board then with Ayrton as he is powering up the hill as well then, and he is a 10th for a second up in the second intermediate split time. Good stuff indeed then from the AlphaTauri driver, now dropping back down the hill then, as it gotta say it's a bit like a roller coaster on this back straight as well. Fantastic stuff indeed then, and now flying into the final sector as well then. Let's see what Ayrton can do then. DRS, and that is 14th. He stays 14th, but improves by 10th for a second. Wilson, oh my word there. He's stealing a bit of slipstream there from the potato. And goodness me, that was getting very hairy and scary, wasn't it? I almost flipped my wig. Here comes Wilson out of the final turn. Wilson is out of qualifying, my word then. And there are some surprises here tonight then. Wilson out of qualifying. Roscoe, Diashi and Paul Do all out of qualifying then at this stage. And goodness me then. And well, I'll say Well, that's a shock then. Goodness gracious me. We have got Indian Jesus then. My time to repay Mushroom for all the Jesus jokes then. Goodness gracious me then. Jake Wilson saying the Red Bull feels so slow, and unfortunately, the feels does feel about right, does it, for Wilson? He's out of qualifying. That is a surprise in of its own right. Remember, Wilson was a key player in the silver last season, but this season having a bit of a stuttery start, just like Diashi then. And we was thinking it was going to be very much status quo from last season, but it really isn't at the moment, is it? And Wilson, that's a shock to see him out of qualifying so far then. And we got Young Light saying then a new ALR trend slash serious mushroom then. Matt then saying fantastic then. Team Steo as well. Steo is currently doing a good job, as well as unfortunately Roscoe is, I know, because he is out of qualifying at this moment in time then. Out of qualifying then is Paul Do. We've also lost Diashi, Roscoe and Wilson as well. Shocking. I'm absolutely shocked then to see a couple of those names out of qualifying then, as we've gone right into qualifying 2. Goodness me, I'm glad I was on my toes then. I wouldn't have been able to go for them all then. Good gosh. So just to go through, then we got Race of Sim. Then come on, Curly, get red. Come on, Curly, get on that podium again, son. Then good stuff, Ben. Gio saying no Sloth once again. Then yeah, Sloth at the moment is currently a reserve driver, and I'm not sure if he can even do Mondays, from what I hear. We have also got Serious Merchant saying, I think I've got the wrong setup. Never mind. Good stuff indeed, and goodness me, you are a very chatty bunch at the moment there, so I'm quickly scrolling down then and having a look at all the comments as well. I'll try and read them out as much as possible, but yeah, I can't keep up with you guys on the track. Also in the comments as well there. Out of the pits now does come the Haas drivers, and here comes Gordo coming out first and closely followed by F1 2019 as well. And oh goodness me, so Gordo there is taking my line. I think I took that line when I was doing some 5 lappers the other day, so I'm glad that Gordo is I've showed Gordo a Friggle too. Actually it's the opposite way around, to be honest. Gordo showed me that shortcut, as Gordo then is just warming up his tires and about to get going as well, as we're now just flying down the hill as well. As Energetics is telling me to press start because I am glitched. I've always been glitched. They call me Penelope what's her name out of Wreck-It Ralph? I don't know, but it's Penelope something, isn't it? But there you go. To be honest, I do look more like Wreck-It Ralph. I'm also the size of Wreck-It Ralph as well. Just watching Gordo then coming down the back straight then. So this is qualifying 2 then. Of course, I hope you're enjoying your Monday day as well. Of course, today is actually officially classed the most saddest day of the whole year, isn't it? Really, the 18th of January, isn't it? Because they call it Blue Monday, isn't it? Really, which is a shame then. But of course, mental health is very serious as well. Because if you have any gremlins or anything like that in the world, then my DMs is always open, my mailbox is always open. I try and be cool. DMs is direct messaging, isn't it? I think anyway. But yeah, so mental health is very important there. Of course, if you are struggling, then of course message anyone. The ALR admins say they're a very pleasant bunch, apart from Farf, of course. Gordo, of course, I joke about Farf as well. I think me and Farf do have a good natter every now and again about all kinds of nonsense. Gordo wasn't using his DRS, so going down the back straight, so he's going to lose quite a bit of time there, isn't he, on that straight? And that is not good at all for Gordo. He looks like he's okay now, but I wonder if it's just a gremlin going down turn 1. Whatever the case may be, Gordo is not going to get the quickest he wants out of this Haas car at the moment. Then lovely over the shoulder shot as well as we're coming down into turn 8, and it's before he accelerates as well then. Energetic saying then the fastest lap will be gone then from Energetic. So is that the case of it? So if I press start, oh, maybe not. Unfortunately, that fast lap hasn't gone then. To be honest, if I just like do that, it's still there. Oh gosh, never mind then. To be honest, it doesn't really bother me too much. I hope it don't bother any of you guys. I'm never even looking down there, to be honest. Anyway, I'm always kind of looking at drivers' helmets, to be honest, because that's one of my favourite parts about commentating. As I do love taking a good old look at drivers' helmets. Talking of which, we're taking a look at F1 2019s now as well. As he is coming down the back straight in the Haas car 15 as well. So of course F1 2019 has been on the podium a couple of times in his ALR career, never got a race win yet. As you remember, he was one of the really impressive drivers when we first started ALR Silver. He has kind of dropped back slightly into the midfield, but I think that's the beauty about sport, isn't it, where you really just show that sometimes it's also about it's not just about talent alone, is that you really got to get the practice in as well. FIFA Beefy is currently second fastest at the moment. There is F1 2019 doing a 25.9 on the soft tyres then. But it's gone at second fastest run on those medium tyres then. And as he's now coming down the hill as well. Let's just take a look. Echo there is in the midfield now then. I think I see a Red Bull. I do see a Red Bull. Here comes Steve then. It's a DRS and beautiful stuff indeed then. And he goes as almost top of the tree, but he is the fastest on those medium tyres and good stuff indeed there for Steve then. Here comes a Serious Mushroom and he is also on the medium tyres as well there. Of course, anyone who's new and joining us, which I know you all know the rules, and you know the rules probably a lot better than I do, but if you get into qualifying 3, you must start on tires which you set your fastest time on if you qualify in the top 10. And so far, we have 5 drivers that has qualified in the top 10, and the other 10 has not done so just yet then. So they need to, well, they don't really need to get a move on yet because we've still got 10 minutes of this session to go then. On board, just watching the Echo, of course, and it's great to see Echo back in ALR, isn't it, of course, and good stuff then. And he is 4 fastest one in the Alfa Romeo. Oh, goodness me, then. It's, I gotta say, I'm really enjoying this. And Gio there is just cutting the course again then. Great stuff. And I think Ayrton's also out on circuit, so I'm just taking a look to see who's the closest then, and it is. We've got a yellow flag fluttering in the final part of the circuit. We'll leave them to it, shall we? Energetics saying it used to. Sorry, I'm sorry about that, Energetics, my good man. Oh, it's gone. It's gone. It has gone then. Great stuff. And, but perhaps it went because of the second session. I have no idea. And it's a Baz not using DRS either. Now he uses DRS and a bit slow on the DRS button. Then that might cost him a slight bit of straight line speed there for Baz. And so, but I'm wondering then if these guys may not want to go on the medium tires. Remember last night's winning strategy? I can't. So if anyone can remind me, that's absolutely great stuff. Baz there going a bit wide there into turn 8. And for the curb there, was going to spit him on the outside. Of course, the race winning strategy from last night was the medium to the hard tire, wasn't it? Which I think was done by Emerson, wasn't it? Really? Really, yeah, you want to start off on the medium tire, I suppose. But having said that, then we didn't have any safety cars really, which usually does throw a curveball in. Murphy said though after the race last night that it's a bit of a odd one, isn't it, with safety cars and such. Well, it was one of the top 3 anyway. It does depend, doesn't it, on the kind of race. And Baz there, goodness me, the back end was trying to step out there and he almost went into the wall. Then good correction there from Baz there. Great stuff indeed then. And look at that, he unfortunately lost a lot of time there, but the main thing is though that he is still in this qualifying session, is it? Because if you crash out, that is it. No more second chances. You are done and dusted. Here comes Rambo then, coming in the second section as well, then DRS then, and there it is, and the wing flicks up as well. Gordo saying I backed off because Sean said my DRS was shut. I think it was open. Well, I think it was shut on the pit straight. I'm sure it was shut on the pit straight. Maybe I'm speaking absolute porky pies there, perhaps. Then, but then definitely showing his pace. Silver Strong showing then, and we've also got Gordo showing us the new Bahrain layout as well. I would like to see the outer layout there on the next. On the next Formula 1 game, that'll be really good, to be honest. Of course, there I think that I'm really getting too ahead of myself, and I think we would like to see probably some of the actual tracks also be on F1 Formula 1 2021 as well. Rempo goes third fastest at the moment, and Ayrton just come across the line there, 7th fastest in the Alpha Tauri. Then what about Curly? Then Curly also out there as well. Then let's see what Curly can do. Then he has done a 27.2 there on the medium tires, and I wonder if Curly might have to think about going out again. And here comes Gordo then. He has the DRS open now. Yes, he does. At those checkpoints round, Gordo goes 7th fastest. Good stuff indeed there from Gordo. And yeah, great stuff there. But I think anyone in the 27s is going to be getting very itchy feet, aren't they? Because I feel that that is not safe by any stretch of the imagination, is it? So they're really going to have to really think about maybe going for soft runners, perhaps soft tire run, perhaps. Then, oh gosh, there of course. Remember last night's winning strategy was medium to hard tires. You would like to do as little pit stops as possible, because I think the 2-stop strategy is not very quick around here, is it? Don't take my word for it. I think Emerson said that, didn't he? Yes, of course. And I am speaking I'm quoting directly from a world champion, and he must be right, surely. Some gamer coming out of the France as well. I haven't said that. I don't think Emerson did very well here last season, did he? But then again, he won last night, didn't he? Here comes Gamer then. Here is a man who is very much on form then in the Mercedes as well. He's enjoying life in ALR at the moment, isn't he? As we said, then he's got 2 Grand Prix wins now. He had pole position last time out in Australia as well. He did the Grand Slam last week, and absolutely dominating performance there from Gamer. Gamer is a veteran in ALR, because I think he took part in was it Singapore season 2. He's been in for quite a while, Gamer has, hasn't he? He's flowed in and out the excuse me. Oh gosh, he's flowed in and out of ALR, hasn't he? But so he's been a veteran now, and he's come back, and I think that he's really been absolutely amazing, hasn't he? Very good 17 on the back end there. He had to correct the car slightly, and he's on those medium tires then with almost just under 6 minutes to go in this qualifying session as well. Just want to say that with EA in charge, there'll be no new game then. Oh goodness me, I hope that's not the case then. I got to say, one of the worst years of my life was 2007 to 9 then, when there was no F1 games at all. And it was an absolute travesty in my world, and yeah, I'm glad F1 games have come out ever since then, and I really hope there is an F1 game next season, because that would absolutely that would just completely break me. Just watching Gamer there coming down the back straight, car 61, then that number is becoming synonymous. It's like Valentino Rossi's 46 then, but Gamer 61 is getting very synonymous with silver, isn't it, at the moment? Out of the final turn as well then, and let's see what he could do then coming up to the line, and Gamer goes forward fast. He's not the quickest on those medium tires then. That honour actually goes to see at the moment. SD looking very strong at the moment, then, isn't he? Good stuff, and that's what I love about silver. And goodness me, is as Young Light said, then it's very much a lucky dip, isn't it? Really, you don't know who's going to turn up in with it, do you? But I have really put a lot of my bets on a Gamer, haven't I, here tonight? And perhaps I've really given the commentator's curse, which is definitely, he's not going to definitely be happy about that, is he? Gordon's in. I don't think I'm going to get through though on that lap. Then we'll love to commentate on Magello on this game. Then I would love to just have a go on the Magello as well. What I'd love to do is also Portimao as well. Oh goodness me, then it's really starting to really wet my taste buds. Then, and I'd love to have another go at Imola as well. I got to say that track on the old games of F1 2006 5. I think 5 was one of my favourites. I really love that game now. I was quite formidable with the old Renault then when I wasn't in the war. As we're just watching Baz then, who hasn't set a time just yet, but he's thrown on the set of soft tyres now. He is he's now just accelerating up the hill there as well. He's done a 4-4 in the middle sector there for the Alpha Atari, I should say. I was going to say Romeo there. So now he's also seen a bit of slipstream as well. Let's go back on board then with Baz. He had a great Australian Grand Prix, didn't he? Now flicking down into a turn at 14 and 15. I'm already sweating, and that's not good at all. I wish I had thicker eyebrows because the sweat usually drips in my eyes. And Baz goes fast. It's good stuff indeed there for Baz. He is on the soft tyre, and he's the first man to beat F1 2019 since Baz, of course. Yeah, because I think that was done right in the early stage of the session on the moment, and we're just watching FIFA BP. 3 minutes to go in this qualifying session, so I think it's going to have a bit of a lull. Just like I say that, Troy has emerged there from the shadows of the pit lane. Here he is, and car 17 and in the Renault, then breaking down into turn 1 as well. It's quite a big old stopping zone, isn't it? Turn 1 to 3 minutes to go in this session. Then they should add all these tracks to GT Sport to make it easier for us. Then I would absolutely I'm not fit Gran Turismo there. Ayrton's pretty good at the old design, and of course all my racing stuff on the Gran Turismo is done by Ayrton there, including my beautiful helmet as well. I'm very proud of that, but unfortunately in terms of the game I'm absolutely rubbish at it, to be fair. So standard stuff, I don't even know why I buy racing games really. I should probably just call it a day and stick to single player games like Uncharted and stuff like that, which I absolutely love. And that's the reason why I bought PlayStation 4 actually, for a random bit of trivia for you. Troy on the back straight in car 70 then, and look at how much off the track he is there. He is just trying to reduce the slip angle on those tires. That's incredible, and you see all the top drivers doing that. Remember last night as Gamer's retired from the session now, he is in the pits and no one's crashed in the qualifying session just yet then. That's absolutely amazing stuff indeed. Remember in gold we had a couple of incidents last night, didn't we? So, but here tonight in silver they are really showing that they are the gold standard then, in terms of keeping it on the track. Good stuff indeed then. Potato has not set a time just yet then, and goodness me, he's cutting it very fine, isn't he? Oh gosh then. And now this is Troy coming out of the front turn as well. Leslie's got a qualifying 2 ban, which to be honest I should have read the parish notices, shouldn't I then? But I gotta say, which is appalling by me really, isn't it? Because I should have mentioned it then. But as a new Potato then is still in the pit, so 2.5 minutes 1.5 seconds I should say. Gordo is up then, he's on the soft tyres then. I'm expecting to see a bit more soft runners then. Steve is retired from the session as well, but he is happy that Gamer Rempo and Steve there is all happy at those times then, and they are very much sitting very pretty up there as well. Good stuff indeed then. Gordo coming out of the final turn, he has gone fastest on the soft tyres. There's going to be some tears here in Bahrain tonight, isn't there? Curly is a tenth of a second down in the second split by the looks of that. No, that was the first split. What about the second split as well? He's crossing the timing beam now. He's a tenth of a second down in the second split. Echo then is coming up into turn 4. Less than a minute to go in this session then. As Serious Motion saying, what was the strat here? I can't remember. Emerson won there from medium to the hard tires last night, didn't he? Knowlesy went very long there and went from the from the hard to the softer tires as well. There, he didn't make up as much ground as what I thought he would there, and I think another driver did something similar as well. And I think both those drivers probably I was expecting a bit to be a bit quicker in the last stage of the Grand Prix then. But yeah, Emerson's winning strategy was medium to hard tires, right? And I remember that without even writing it down, albeit it did take a lot of effort there to really dig that out of the back of my brain there. It's not a big place, I gotta say, so obviously it's thinking more about other things than in life, perhaps more likely about ham and cheese. Echo there coming down the back straight then. He is out qualifying at the moment by less than 300 of a second then. Echo final turn and he's on the soft tires and accelerates out then. Remember, he did a great job in Australia for the Haas team. He's driving the Alfa Romeo now and he goes full fast as I should see him comfortably through. Serious Motion's through as well. Troy is coming into the pits and Bradfield is 4/10 of a second up in the first split. Billet is also a couple of tenths up as well. Ayrton is 1400ths down then. This is not going to be an improvement there for car 12. Troy is retired from the session then. And Ayrton there might be unfortunately be out qualified here. And he is out qualified now. That's a shame there for Ayrton. He just couldn't find those extra couple of tenths a second. Ayrton is 14th then in the on the grid here tonight then, and he is he's about 5 tenths a second away from qualifying 3, but of course you don't get points in qualifying, you get points in the race, but you get points in the race as well. Whether there should be an argument maybe about getting points in qualifying perhaps, but never mind, that's for another time on a different day. I say that every time I bring that up really, but that's because I'm kind of unsure on it really. I'm a bit of an old school kind of guy. Billet comes across the line and he goes into 5th position once again there. Billet is through into qualifying 3. He's my star of the show once again, and Bradfield also nipping in as well to 3rd. Remember, Bradfield had a great qualifying performance last time out there, and I think he deserved a lot more than 1 point last time out, didn't he? So, but that's my opinion, well, my humble opinion anyway. Becca is saying that medium to hard tires then is the strategy. Do not go on softs then. Gio saying Gordo top there. Young likes come on Emerson, as Gio also saying Ayrton there, as I think they are very disappointed in the Ayrton fans that unfortunately he is out of qualifying, and Serious Motion just got through. Wow there. Ooh, by the skin of your mushroom there. Right, as we go into qualifying 3 as well. We didn't have a table there, did we? Or did we? I don't know, to be honest. I've got to say I'm really struggling. I'm full of wind normally, but goodness me, I'm full of it tonight. Then I think I had a bottle of Coke there before coming on there. Then of course, as that's my that's kind of what gets me going in the mornings, kind of thing. Normal folk usually get coffee or something like that, but mine's kind of a Coke. Actually, that's a complete lie. Do not drink Coke in the morning. Then that's what I've always been taught. Then I usually have an orange squash, or I must say, Ribena is absolutely fantastic. The strawberry Ribena. Oh my gosh, there. Absolutely amazing stuff, it really is. Right, as now we're into qualifying 3 then. We've got 12 minutes to determine who is going to be on pole position then. Gamer is currently been on pole position in Australia, and that's the only qualifying session we've had so far, as this is only round 2 of course. F1 2019 out on the circuit quite quickly, and so is Gio as well, but Gio there is cutting across the course there, but he's let his teammate through then. And now coming up the hill as well. So Young Light saying what is your prediction then for qualifying 3 then? I'll let you guys determine your predictions there, because I do not want to give anyone the commentator's curse there, because of course then I've done that before then. And Steve! Oh no! And C is left for session, and that's not good at all. Can he get back in? He needs to get it back in ASAP, because if he doesn't, then he's going to be robbed of a chance to go on pole position for the first time in his ALR career. If someone gets back in, that'll be absolutely fantastic, because secretly, I shouldn't be saying this, but I think Steve is definitely in a very good chance of getting pole position here tonight then. And yeah, so that is a big blow. That's one of the major contenders out of qualifying then, unless he doesn't get back in pronto. Just watching F1 2019 is the first driver out on circuit 1 then. Remember the Haas team last season, they had 8 Grand Prix wins in a row, didn't they? The team of Liam and German was fantastic last season, wasn't they? Absolutely brilliant 17th there. They set a lot of new records in silver, didn't they? Of course, remember the season before, Glock was absolutely dominant in the first season, wasn't he? But I think the Haas team, they've really equaled a lot of Red Bull's records that were set in season 1. F1 2019 now out of the final turn, and he's about to start up in car 15. And and he's now coming down in turn 1. Where's he braking? Look like he touched 207 miles an hour. Fantastic, isn't it? Breaking down as well. The way that these cars decelerate is absolutely incredible stuff, isn't it? And these cars are, albeit they don't feel as fast. And I'm wondering if it's just the size of the cars there. And I feel that maybe if they were a bit more nimble, maybe for the 2022 rules, albeit I have heard a rumor or two that it might be 2023, which I hope is not true, because the sooner we get the 2022 rules in, the better from my point of view. But I think the small nimble cars will make F1 feel a bit more of a spectacle as well. Having said that though, these cars at the moment are absolute beasts, aren't they? I mean, look at that, it's absolutely brilliant. It really is indeed that. Anyway, as F1 2019 are on the back straight as well. DRS then is wide open, 3 DRS zones on this circuit, just like in Australia as well. And now then, as he is accelerated up the hill then, and as we are now holding on tight then for turn 12, and this has been a crucial turn then over the past number of years in ALR this season. No, it hasn't been too bad, has it? And now he's now got one more break in the zone to make, then one more decision there for F1 2019, and before he completes his lap, and how is he going to tackle this final turn? Break it down there and on to third gear before going back over to fourth almost instantly. DRS then on the money. He is fast as that. He's done a 25.757. Good stuff indeed. Teammate Gio is in the pits then. He has abandoned his lap there. What a game with then. Of course, he was the benchmark in Australia. Is he going the benchmark here in Bahrain as well? He is fast as he's on pole position there by 2/10 of a second there. Great stuff indeed then. Here comes Billet then coming across the line, and he's doing a good job in the standings. He's done in bronze in ALR in the last couple of nights, and really good stuff indeed there for really good stuff indeed there from Billet there. Fantastic. Serious Mushroom. Oh my goodness me. He's a whisker away then. That's a cracking lap then from Serious Mushroom there. He's on the preferred tyre for the race. And he's also put in a very incredible lap indeed then. Bads is on an outlap at the moment. Then Rembo is on. Oh, she's invalidated her time. Rembo has there. And now Rembo then, I think that if she got enough fuel in the car there to go again then. I think that's Rembo's Achilles heel, isn't it? Where she does invalidate her times there. Invalidate her times at the crucial part there. She does have the speed, doesn't she? She's always shown there over the course of her ALR career that she does have the speed there, but at the crucial times there, maybe she does overset the mark there slightly. As Gordo is saying, don't want to sound picky, but can you stop calling it Gio, please? Gio what? is that not his name, Gio? I don't know. Enzo just on board then with Echo then, as he is now flying through turn 12 as well. He's done a 5-1 then in the second split. Yellow flag says one of Mercedes then is just coming back into the pits as well, and now dropping down the hill as well. Then let's see what Echo could do then. He is just one corner away then from the from the end of the lap then, I should say. Accelerating now then. Let's see what he could do as it now goes across the line, and he goes full fast instead, and away he goes then. As Bradfield then is in 6th position at the moment then, and I think I've got to apologise to Gordo, so I think I called him Gio then. I apologise, Gordo, I didn't even notice I was doing it. It's a real bad habit there, as I seem to really call people by the wrong name then, which is not a very good thing to do, is it, in my professional line of work. Baz then coming down into turn 14 then, and here we go then. Here's the timer is on the board then for Baz. Is it going to be enough? It doesn't look like it. He is fast, so he's on the second row of the grid. Good stuff indeed there from Baz. Bradfield in the second sector as well. What about Rempo? That's better for Rempo, and 0-4 in the second sector. My word then. And she is really blowing this qualifying session wide open. Out of the final turn then. DRS then. Look at it. She pushes the button and she's away. It's pole position there. Fantastic time in the second sector there. It looked mega, didn't it? And what a performance there from Rempo there. And really good stuff indeed there. What about Bradfield as well? Here he comes then as well, and he is a 26 there. He is in 6th position at the moment there. 7-8 cars have set times so far. Here is how it looks so far. Rempo on pole position and a brilliant stuff indeed there from Rempo. Is this Rempo's going to be Rempo's second pole position of her career in ALR silver? No, it won't be. For some reason I think she's out of pole position somewhere, and I must have been in bronze then. But Rempo is currently on pole position and that'll be the first time in ALR silver. Good stuff indeed then. Gamers alongside her on row 1. Then we have row 2. Serious Mushroom in F1 2019. It's a fantastic grid. Baz in 5th, Bradfield in 6th position, and Echo is 7th, and with Billet in 8th position then. 9th position is Gordo, and 10th is Steve, who hasn't got back in the session just yet. He needs to get back in pronto if he wants to get a time on the board then. Cardboy saying that Rempo is looking good. She is looking very good indeed then on a 25-4 there. That is just over a tenth of a second then. Incredible stuff indeed then from Rempo. Gamer saying, can't find my feelings, as he's getting a bit frustrated in the car there for Gamer. He's currently on the front row then, but I'm wondering then the pressure has now swung back into Gamer's court. Then Steve's back in the session there with 4 minutes to go then, and just in the nick of time as well. Good stuff indeed there for Steve. Can he now get some laps under his belt then? I wonder if he's going to go for it all then, or perhaps then he might fill the car up with a couple laps of fuel and just just a bit of confidence building going then. I don't think Steve needs any confidence building, though, does he? I think he can just get up there and just nail it up then. Can he see then? So can he do it? And I think he is one of the drivers in the frame then for pole position then. Really good stuff indeed then. As Gordo was just saying, yeah, for second fastest then for Gamer there, albeit he can't find his feelings. But I think the Gamer might be getting a bit frustrated there, as he felt that he feels that there is time in the car, isn't there? But he just can't squeeze it out at the moment, can he? F1 2019, can he squeeze out another 3 tenths of a second there to get pole position then? What about Serious Mushroom as well then? He's also in the frame then. Look at the times then. Rempo on the 25.4, Gamer 25.5, Serious Mushroom 25.5, 25.7, a 25.8 for F1 and Baz then. F1 is now starting us up and he's gone early then. Young Light saying, remember, Riddy's feeling herself in the yellow car. Yes, indeed, then she's doing a cracking job at the moment. They're really just throwing absolutely fantastic stuff, isn't it, Rempo? Is going for the first pole position of her career, and at the moment now she is looking very good up there. But you cannot count your chickens just yet, of course, so because there is still 2 minutes to go in this session. There is still all the 9 other drivers then yet to go as well. It's going to get very good indeed then, as Young Like saying this is the most exciting part of qualifying. This is so close. Rempo for pole 2, and yes indeed then I think the Rempo has had a pole position in bronze, as F1 2019 has abandoned his lap then, so he's going to be doing a bit of harvesting now, F1 2019 it said. So he might have a bit more fuel in the car, so he's just going to back off slightly. So we're going to go now to Serious Mushroom, who's currently third at the moment, then breaking that downhill braking zone, then in turn 8 there, I think where Stroll went for a roll, didn't he? In the, I think it was the second race, wasn't it? Sorry, the first race. Steve is left for session again. This is not good at all for the Red Bull driver, and I think that this one might be crucial, because I think that is not going to give him enough time to get back in the session then. Oh goodness me, oh dear, and yellow flag in sector 1 then. There's all kinds of anarchy down there. We got a Renault, we got a Ferrari, a McLaren and a Haas there, all in a very close company as well. They're not going to feel, they don't want to be in too close company. Serious Mushroom is less than a tenth of a second down the middle split there. That is not enough at the moment now for Serious Mushroom. What's he got then? One more turn to make them, but it's a big break, and so you can lose a lot here, you can gain a lot as well. And down to 4th gear, and he stayed in 4th gear there. He's getting a bit squirrely on the accelerator pedal as well. Is it enough? No, it isn't there. He's lost a tenth of a second there. Has he got enough time then? It looks like he's going for one more run, one more bite of the cherry then. F1 is 2700 a second up then. Given a lot of space to the outside curb, and that's a lot of respect there from F1 2019. He has seen that a lot of drivers there have been have spun around there, haven't they, in the past in ALR and other leagues as well. Now is F1 accelerating out of turn number 10 as well, and look at those brake marks as well, and he is looking on the outside of the course there, isn't he, as he's just trying to find his braking point then. And there's yellow flags in front of us then, and hopefully the drivers will get out of the way then. F1 2019 then, what's the second split time? He's invalidated. Look at that then, he just went slightly off the course there, but that is enough then to invalidate his time, and F1 F1 2019 was a tenth for a second up there. Was that enough? It wasn't in terms of the second sector. Oh, what a shame for F1 2019. He's gonna be disappointed as well. Serious Mushroom is a tenth for a second down in the first sector. What about the second sector? 8 tenths a second down. Serious Mushroom, I think his qualifying day is done. What about Echo? Ooh, he's 2 tenths of a second up in the first sector. Good stuff indeed. Then climbing up the hill then, and here's Echo as well. He's 6 tenths of a second up in the second sector. That's a mighty second sector. That is in the 25 10. He's on the verge of Baz and perhaps even F1 2019. That mistake from F1 2019 might be crucial in this grid lineup then for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Echo then is out of the final turn as well. We're holding our breath then. And he is 5th fastest on the grid then. Fantastic stuff. Serious Mushroom has retired from the run. Baz is 4th then. Oh my word then. And what a performance there from Baz there. Gamer is 2 tenths of a second up. That is enough then. Has he done enough then? I think he has in the second sector. It is pole position there for Gamer. His second one of this season then. Absolutely magnificent. We got a Haas of a Gordo coming down the final turn then, and let's see what Gordo could do. He is on fumes then. Here he comes to the line. Gordo is 4th fastest. What a performance there from Gordo. He is on the second round of the grid. Rempo's invalidated her time then. What a shame for Rempo. Oh dear. Bullet is a second up there in the second sector. A magnificent second sector there. Here comes Bradfield. He is an 8th fastest. Here comes Bullet. He's 9th fast as well. Gamer on pole position then for the Bahrain Grand Prix. 2 for 2 then. And wow, what a qualifying that was then. And I've almost lost my voice already, and I've only just finished off qualifying. This is not good, is it, really? I'm glad there's only 2 Grand Prix in ALR these days, isn't there? Because I think that I would struggle with bronze, the action that's gone on so far. Gamer though, pole position twice now of the season. Absolutely magnificent stuff indeed, and that's actually his 3rd pole position of his career as well. He's really owning qualifying at the moment. Congratulations to Gamer there. He wasn't feeling it, was he? Steve joins the session now, but he's going to be devastated, isn't he, Steve, because he didn't get a chance to be a part of that incredible qualifying performance as well. Gamer is on the pole position then for the Bahrain Grand Prix as well, and that is quicker than German's pole position from last season. Absolutely mega stuff indeed there. And, so that's the all-time lap record around Bahrain here in season here in silver. Fantastic stuff there from Gamer, and really good stuff indeed. Those lap times are pretty epic, aren't they, indeed? And as Gamer saying, now that's a lap then. Serious Russian saying, well done, Becca. Freaking awesome there. Brilliant stuff indeed then. Gordo, yes, I think that was a cracking lap there for Gordo. Software, what a lap. Gamer, brilliant stuff indeed. Gamer gets a pole position with a brilliant lap then. It's a card saying, unlucky Red Bull, still good front row then. Wilson, good luck, all can't get any worse, so that's a positive then. So Wilson there is a bit on the back foot at the moment, isn't he? But let's see how he does it. I think, if I remember rightly, Wilson's season really started to kick off around the Hungarian Grand Prix, didn't it, last season? So you really can't, do not count Wilson out. He may have had a difficult first race and a bit of a difficult second qualifying session of the season, but we do have 21 races to go, something like that, isn't it? As I quickly adjust my headset as well. I got to say, look like I've got a mop on my head at the moment. I really need to go for a haircut. I might even have to get some shavers on the go there and just go completely bald then. And I got a PlayStation invite. Great stuff indeed then. Unfortunately though, I am not interested because I have got some commentation to do as well. Also, Leicester and Leicester and Chelsea are kicking off as well. Good stuff indeed then. But my notifications are absolutely being flooded now for some reason. Becca saying that La bottled, as she was very disappointed indeed then. Smithy Almighty then, gonna be a good race. Good to see you in the comments as well, Smithy Almighty. Great stuff then. Keep your comments rolling in, guys. I'd like to hear your predictions on this race event as well. But before we do so, let's take a look at the grid, shall we? And here is how it lines up then. 29 laps around Bahrain. Only 1 virtual safety car last night. There was no full safety cars at all. Absolutely pristine last night, wasn't it? Gamer on pole position and his 3rd pole position of his career. He's going for also his 3rd Grand Prix win of his career as well. Every time he starts from pole position, he's won a race, hasn't he? So it's 100% strike record at the moment for Gamer. And can he keep it up here tonight? He's on the medium tires. Rempo, so she just said she bought it, but can she do it in the race then? She is second at the moment. Third position is Serious Motion. Serious Motion, and that's a much better qualified performance there from Serious Motion. Man, a bit of a difficult Australian Grand Prix. Gordo, what a performance there in fourth position there. Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed. I think I lit a little fire under him when I was caught in Gio then, but Gordo up in the fourth and on the soft tyres there. He'll have an advantage off the line, and can he make it count? Baz in fifth position with F1 2019 in sixth position. Haas, Lionel Stern, Echo in seventh, also on soft tyres. Bradfield is eighth, and Billet in ninth position there. Good stuff indeed there for Billet. Stee is on the medium tyres, but he's got a connection issue, and this is a major blow for Stee, isn't it, in the Red Bull. Troy, the first of the hard runners. Only 2 hard runners in the entire field. Incredible stuff. Troy in 12th position then. FIFA in the 12th position there on the medium tyres. And Curly in 13th position as well. And of course, Curly was the top runner in the Australian Grand Prix. Only in the midfield at the moment there. Ayrton in 14th, also on the medium tyres as well. Potato in 15th, also the medium tyres. Wilson in 16th position. Bradfield has been disqualified from the session, but don't worry, he'll be back on the race in the not too distant future. 70th position is Roscoe in the Williams. Diashi in 18th. And Poole Du, who is making his debut tonight then in the Mercedes, and he is on those soft tyres, and he's gone for an attack in first attempt then. And Murphy in the 20th position as well in the racing point then. 29 laps then around here then, and there is Gaiman, and he is lining up as well. Gordo, I apologise. Oh, it's all going wrong now, isn't it? Gordo, here we go then. Boy, come on, come on, we need points then. As Xander saying, it's 13%, and the other one is 3% now. As Gamer's got some issues with his tyres straight from the get-go. We had issues with tyres last night, didn't we? We had a full start. Hopefully that's not the case here tonight, and as I have read that out, so I'm not sure if that is as the lights are coming on then. And now we go! And it's a wheel spin there for Gamer, but he's got away nicely as well then. And I think that's a great stop, but Rembo is now coming up quite quickly. She is on the inside there. She's going to break later. She breaks later, but Gamer is doing a around the outside, and he is still in the lead then. But Rembo there is looking very keen there. She is right underneath the rear wing of the Mercedes. Well, look at Gio there. He is right underneath the rear wing of the Williams as well. We got Strategy in the way there. That's not good. And Serious Person there is still in third position there, just about. And F1 2019 is up in the fifth position. Baz is in sixth, but Baz has damaged the car, and FIFA's got up 5 positions there, but he's in contact with Baz as we come down the hill. And there's Deborah. There's a Renault piece of car off as well. I think it's Troy. And now we've got Echo in 9th position there. Bella in 10th position, and then Troy then damaged the car. Then we've got Ayrton in 12th position there. 13th is Wilson. 14th is, oh my word, there, it's getting very squeaky down there, isn't it? Wilson up in 12th position there. Good start there from Wilson. We've got Bradfield 14th, Roscoe 15th, Diashi, Poole Du, New Potatoes dropped down a couple positions as well. Ayrton and Wilson and Dyson, Wilson up the on the outside, inside I should say then, and he is through. Then we've got McLaren, who's trying to go on the outside of Bradfield as well. He's dropped down at 6 positions there from the start. Now what an incredible start. Who's that's a Mercedes there, a Poole Du on the inside there of Diashi. Diashi has run wide then, and just about keeping it within the track limits as well. And look at this and a new, oh my word, that's coming through abreast there, and it is indeed then. And Murphy also on the outside. No, then it's Diashi on the outside then, as good stuff indeed then. That one completed then. Look at the gap there. Oh no, Gordo's in trouble. Gordo is in trouble. What's going on there? No, yes, I think it's okay. It's the tower, isn't it? Game release, Rempo second, Serious Mushroom in third position there. Gordo is still in fourth position. Do not worry, do not fear, Gordo fans there, he's still there. But look at this, F1 2019 is going to have a lunge on the inside of his team, and then both on the soft tyres, the Haas team are, and away we go then. And look at this, it's Lionel Stern then as he's through past Gordo. So when the tower just works itself out, I really wish they would fix that next season, and that's one thing that really throws me a curveball, isn't it? And I don't need many curveballs into the pits, because Roscoe, he's just coming out of the pits now, and Ayrton and Bradfield there are really getting very dicey, aren't they? It's Troy who's got damage there, he's limping along then that, oh my goodness me, and here comes Potato up the inside there, down into turn number 10, and good stuff indeed then, accelerating the way then. Ayrton is still in 13th position, but now we've got Bradfield who is on the outside of Potato then, and look at this, and there is Poole Du then having a look on the inside, not quite then. It's Steve in the session there, he looks solid to me, so he's in the session there, but unfortunately Steve really fighting an uphill battle now, isn't he, with the disappointment qualifying free, and now then also not taking part in the start as much then, but he is But he at the moment then is in 17th position, and Diash is left possession. That's not good, is it? Either then, and Diash down in 18th position there. He really doesn't want that at all. Coming up then to is Troy. Then is he coming in the pits? And I think he is coming in the pits. And Ayrton there just using a bit of slipstream then. But Ayrton there is going to be feeling the breath of Potato then, and here he comes out very much on the four beans there, going down into turn one. Look how bumpy it is going down into turn one. But at the moment there, no dice. Let's take stock, shall we? Is Troy in the pits, and they're changing the to wing and the tyres, and he's on the medium tyres now. Troy is what a shame then. So Gamer leads at the moment. Diashi's back in the session. Rembo is second at the moment then. Third position is Serious Mushroom F1 2019 fourth. Good stuff. Gordo in a fifth position now. Bars is sixth. Echo is seventh. FIFA eighth. Curly up into ninth. 10th is a Billet then. Big movers then. Wilson at 5 positions there. So much better for Wilson after a difficult qualifying. Bradfield has dropped down 6 positions there, but Troy has dropped down at 9 positions then. Let me quickly swap to the tyres then. And Ayrton there, and Potato then. Look at this, and it's a good old fight here, isn't it? And now Potato is through, passes Ayrton, and Potato's now in 12th position there. Ayrton there is, it looks like he's struggling on this early stage in terms of pace there. Ayrton there on the medium tires, of course, then was Bradfield on the softer rubber there. So Bradfield wants to make hay whilst the sun is shining, albeit even though it's moonlight now, isn't it? But oh goodness me then, and getting caught out there by the speed difference almost there from Bradfield. Bradfield needs to get back into the where he belongs there in the promised lands of the top 10 at the moment. Then here comes Steve also trying to come up from the back of the field as well then. And look, as Gamer's got quite a healthy lead already. Rembo is under serious pressure there from Mushroom at the moment. DRS is now enabled then, as it was enabled a couple of laps ago really, but there's me waffling away and I haven't even noticed then. Look, Bradfield is dropping back actually, because it's oh goodness me, there's Murphy there just showing the pink nose, and Steve there very much late as you like there. Bradfield there is not having any of it, is he? And Bradfield is still back in front then of Steve, but Steve's got on another run next. There's DRS and still we've got DRS then, but all these guys got DRS then, so Steve is out on the inside into turn 4, but it falls away for you halfway through the corner, and that's going to allow Bradfield back through. No, it's not then, because Steve is into 40 position there, slams the door shut there on Bradfield's wing then. So Steve's now been to 14th position there, coming back through the field quite nicely indeed. So 2 cars have made pit stops so far, Roscoe and Troy then. I thought there was a lot more debris out there at the moment then, but I got to say then, there's it's only 2 drivers that come in the pit so far, so good stuff indeed then. Echo's now all over the back of Baz at the moment. Gordo doing a great job in 5th position there. F1 2019 is in 4th position at the moment as well, as Roscoe's got a 3-second penalty then. It feels like a never-ending downward spiral, isn't it, when you're at the button? So Roscoe and Troy will be hoping for some kind of safety cars or something along those lines then to get themselves back in this race now then. Serious Mushroom there is very quick there as well. And who was that off? I think that was Baz, wasn't it? And now then the Serious Mushroom there is all over the back of the Renault then. He has DRS and Rembo cannot defend there because Serious Mushroom is up into 2nd position there. This is a strong performance there for the man who was 3rd in the World Championship last season, looking strong as you like then. Bradfield is a losing time as well. FIFA Beefy, and we've got Curly Red, who's just been gone slightly wide there as well, and now he's got Billet all over the back as well. Remember, Billet is on the soft tyres, and look at that, the Ferrari is having 2-9 for this there. Oh goodness me, almost going back on in the line there of Curly dropping down to 10th at the moment there in the McLaren, and now can Curly get his bearings back then and get himself back in front of those Ferraris then as well. Well, he's got to get past one first then before trying to get past the second one as well. So just on board then Vecca then, and look at this, and it's very concertinaed up at the moment, isn't it? So Serious Mushroom there is now got to see, has he got the pace out to get after Gamer at the moment there? Gamer is looking very strong at this stage of proceedings though, isn't he? But look at that then, Serious Mushroom there is already trying to whittle down that time then. Rembo in a 3rd position there, but she now has the soft shod runners of the 2 Haas drivers. We've got Baz and Echo in there as well. We've also got FIFA Beefy on the medium tires. He finished 3rd in Australia in the end, and great performance there from FIFA in Australia, and it looks like he might be eyeing a good result again then. No DRS down this back straight, is there? I thought there was DRS down there when we was doing the outer layout then of Bahrain, but I was completely wrong on that then. Murphy now for the 12th position as well then, so he's got past and he's now lining up a move for Ayrton as well then. Ayrton there is, looks like he's going to be able to struggle with that then, so Murphy is through then. We've also got Wilson, who has dropped down behind New Patel. New Patel then, who was near enough in the back of the field after lap 1 then. On lap 6 now, he's doing a great job. He's up into a very solid, to a very solid 11th position just outside the points, and Ayrton's just been passed there by Steve, as Ayrton is all over the back. Is he going to have a lunge there? Going down into turn number 4. Here he is indeed then. Is very much on stone, and turn 4 opens up on the exit, doesn't it? It causes some great racing, doesn't it? Remember the 2014 Bahrain Grand Prix between the two Mercedes. That was a great race, but it wasn't just that then. We have the two Force Indians there battling away as well, of Hulkenberg and Perez. We also had the two Red Bulls as well, didn't we? It was a great day. It was a great event that day, wasn't it? Really, and there was a lot of negativity going around F1 at that stage, wasn't it? After two pretty, I think it was, wasn't it round 2 or round 3 of that season? Maybe even round 4 actually, wasn't it? We had a bit of a lackluster opening start to the season of 2014, didn't we? With Mercedes really dominating in the opening couple of rounds there, but I think Bahrain was fantastic, wasn't it? And look at that then. What is occurring here? Well, we got Baz and FIFA there. FIFA's been sneaking up behind there. We got a Mercedes off. It's a Pool Do, who's had some issues there at turn number 12, I think it is there. So he's half spun it. We're going to see if he's got damage there into the pits. There comes Baz then. And F1 2019 also in the pits there. Just take a look then. Pool Do then is just cruising there. Is he got damage? Murphy set the fastest up of the race as well then. So we've got 2 cars in the pits that on lap 7 then. So what tires are going to go on then? Just taking a look then. F1 2019 is back on the soft tires then, so he has definitely nailed his colours to the mast, and he is on a 2-stop strategy. He has gone for the soft, so red to start us off with, and then he will have to either choose the hard hard tire, I should say, or the yellow medium tire then. So that is the brief then for F1 2019. Roscoe has been given a 5-second penalty for speeding the pit lane. Roscoe is out of the race then. A nightmare start to this race for Roscoe, unfortunately, and that is a shame, isn't it? Now, the tables have turned, so to speak, because Rempo is found her bearings, hasn't she? And now she is up into second position and half a second away from Cirrus Mushroom now. And so we've lost 1 car in this race, and unfortunately that's Roscoe. But Rempo is really now finding those tires, isn't she? She's starting to really find out some life in that car now, isn't she? We got Curly, who is up into 7th position and getting past Billet, but I think Billet is going to be a bit more concerned about behind him now, because we've got 2 former race winners of silver. This is Potato and this is Murphy as well. Murphy a close second in the championship last season. Here's a man who finished 4th in the season, in the silver season last season, up the inside there, and now he is through. Or is he Billet there trying to fight off as much as possible, doing a good job on those soft tyres there, as is Echo and Gordo as well. Good stuff there. Just like I said, that Gordo has come into the pits now then, and we've also got Echo in the pits then. So all the soft runners are in the pits now then, and oh my word, what's occurring here? Now we've got a McLaren involved in that as well then. And look, Curly is down with the second position there, Billet there, and then New Patel getting a bit too close for comfort there, isn't they? Oh, and Billet there is off the track there, and those soft tyres there have really gone past their best there, but Billet was having a good old scrap there, wasn't he, the Hungarian driver? And unfortunately he's recovered, unfortunately he's lost it, and he's down in 12th position there, but I think he was enjoying himself there, wasn't he? Now, we was enjoying it as well. Fantastic bit of racing. We're on board then. It's 2 Red Bulls, and now Lionel Stern then, Wilson, who is on the hard tyres, he's going a very long way, similar to Knowles' strategy from last night. Ayrton is now in 10th position as well then. So Ayrton, I'm wondering then, these probably tires do not go through the grain and phase too much, do they? Of course, that used to be the old Bridgestone tires, didn't it? It used to have a lot of graining on them. But I wonder if Ayrton there has just had a couple of issues with tires, but have now cleaned up, and he's now starting to really find those tires. And so as he is now really starting to put the pressure on the 2 Red Bull drivers in front of him, man. Curly then is getting a lot of pressure though from New Potato. Then is F1 2019 is now past Billet as well. He's up in the 13th then. F1 2019 going on those soft tires, which is very interesting indeed then. Game release by a second and a half. Gamer is looking very strong out there at the moment, isn't he? Fantastic stuff. Rembo is still giving Cirrus Mushroom there some cause for concern, isn't she? We have now got Potato then, who's on the long side there. Curly, Potato is up in the 5th position. He's having a storming race, isn't he? Potato is up the inside, track position. And job is done then. F1 2019 is now set to fast lap of the race. I haven't said that. I say the job is done then, but I have got to say then, once again, I've counted my chickens before they hatch them, because Curly is having a look then. Potato looks like he's too far in front at this moment in time then. So then, we've got a lot of different strikes up there at the moment, so this is going to get very interesting indeed, isn't it? So we've got F1 2019 who's gone soft to start this race off. We've got the other soft runners that have gone to the medium tyres then. Is those medium tyres going to get to the end of the race? I highly doubt it. They might have to go in the pits then, but they might go soft to the end then, and they might be quite quick, of course. Then I got to say that the soft tyres last night didn't do too well, did they, for the runners at the end? But of course, this is a different day. The track condition could be a little different then. As now as we're coming into turn 9. No, we're in turn 11 now. I'm completely lost. Good job I'm not an F1 driver, isn't it? Because I don't even know where I am on the track then. That's probably why I should do something like NASCAR or something like that, where I just go around in a circle. But even then, I will get confused then. Of course, NASCAR is also a very, oh my word, is also an incredible discipline to have, isn't it? Nonetheless, as I joke about that, but NASCAR is a very it's a very incredible discipline to have, isn't it? It's not just about going around as well, it's also about all the drafting and all that kind of jazz. I don't know much about NASCAR, to be honest. It doesn't really intrigue me too much, but there is a lot of fans that like NASCAR, isn't it? So yes, I think it's still motorsports, and unless Bradfield's got a 5-second penalty there for speeding in the pit lane, and his nightmare first stint there is not going any better, is it? Diashi dropping down into 12th position at the moment there in the racing point then. So we just seen Murphy, who's just popped past Curly. He is now up into 6th position among them. Murphy there has come through the field quite nicely. He's just followed New Potato so far. New Potato's on an outstanding race set. And look at this, and the top 3 are now with all in DRS of each other, so this is going to get very interesting indeed then. We ain't even at half distance of this race here, and I feel that this one is going to become very much alive in the final stage of this race as well, and I've got to make sure I've got enough voice left to really talk about that then. Bradfield then is Bradfield's got some issues, and oh goodness me, Bradfield is stuck at the exit of the pit lane there. Is there a problem for the McLaren? Whatever the case may be, I think Bradfield's day is well and truly done. He is stuck at the exit of the pit lane, and that doesn't look good at all. It looks like he's still in the pits as well, albeit as Bradfield's been disqualified for parking in a dangerous location. He is out of the Bahrain Grand Prix. What a shame for Bradfield. He had such a great qualifying performance, and then I'm not sure if that's a glitch or whatnot, but that is a huge blow for Bradfield. I'm absolutely devastated for the McLaren driver then. As we're just watching then, it's here are the top 3. Look at these drivers, and there's a Ferrari peeling in the pits. So I think it was Beefy. It was Beefy indeed then. He is peeled off coming to the pits. A very early stop on the medium tyres then. Let's see what tyres is going to go on then. As he is on the soft bed, so FIFA is going for an attack of second stint here. This is getting very interesting indeed. Look how interesting this is. Gamer has not wandered off into the distance here tonight, has he? This is great stuff indeed then. And I am looking forward to this one. Is there Serious Mushroom, Rembo and Gamer then? Are these going to be the 3 fighting for the championship? Well, I would like to add New Potato in there as well, and potentially Curly Red as well. He's had the pace, but even though this event there, he has been a bit behind the 8 ball. So there is don't forget Troy either. Goodness me, my list is getting longer and longer, isn't it? Let's have everyone in the championship, shall we? Goodness me, that'd be a great championship. It really would indeed then. As Gamer there is really going to have to start to fend off, and I wonder if his tires have just fallen slightly off the cliff then perhaps, and maybe he's gone a bit too hard too soon then. Bradfield is a very, very disappointing there from Bradfield, isn't it? That is very unlucky indeed. Just looked down and Young like saying it might be because of the new update. You got so many glitches. Very sorry for Bradfield. Come back cleaner for the next race then. Yeah, Bradfield there is 2 qualifying performances there where he's had absolutely incredible qualifyings, and he's just not been rewarded with anything for his efforts just yet, has he? Gamer is in the pits then, so let's see. So Gamer coming in the pits then. What tires are going to go on? The Mercedes mechanics are in the pits. The pit window is open for business, and he is in the pits, and he's thrown on the hard tires, and the Mercedes driver is, and that should get him to the end of the race, and it might be a simple one stop then, as well as Steve has now got past Curly as well. And so Steve's incredible pace is being underlined here, and it's such a shame because I think the Steve will also have been in the battle for the race seat as well, Unfortunately, he is a bit beyond the 8 ball. Ayrton and Wilson are really having a good old battle here, aren't they? Fantastic stuff indeed there. As Wilson is on the hard tires there. He is gaining on Ayrton there, going up into turn 4. But at the moment, Ayrton has the higher ground. So good stuff indeed there from Ayrton. But Wilson there is on those hard tires, and those hard tires are going to be lasting a little longer than those medium tires, isn't it? So I'm wondering if this might be where Ayrton might start to think about a pit stop perhaps then. Gamers come out 2 seconds behind F1 2019, so F1 2019 there is undercut Gamer there by quite a nice margin there, but he is on the soft tires. Those soft tires not last long at all around this circuit, do they? Soft tires are not the best tire to be on in terms of the race conditioning, but FIFA Beefy has done a similar thing to F1 2019 then. Now Rembo is all over the back of Serious Mushroom. Here they are! Now then there's Serious Mushroom there. He's got a lot of straight line speed without DRS, hasn't he? Goodness me, he's just pulled away from the Renault driver. On board with Rembo now then, and DRS then is coming up then, and Serious Mushroom and Rembo are both coming into the pits then, and of course they got to watch for the white line then. So here is the race leaders and they're coming in the pits then, and they're just matching what Murphy there is also saying as well. So they're just matching what Gamer is doing then. So Williams Mechanics are on the pits and they are the second best pit stop team in the real world of Formula 1. Fantastic, just beyond the Renault team, the Red Bull team. Renault then just coming on the pits now. Where is Gamer then? Gamer is coming down the pit straight as well, and look, there is his compatriot, his competition I should say there, coming out of the pits on it. So Serious Mushroom about that, and is Diashi going to get in front of these drivers? That is not good at all, is it, from Serious Mushroom's point of view, because that is going to allow Rembo to really get underneath the rear wing of the Williams as well. There was Gamer then, the former race leader. Murphy is now the new leader of the race. Curly is up into a third position then, and might be extending this stint then, and same with Murphy. Interesting stuff. Serious Mushroom trying to go up and under Diashi. Diashi is currently done 12 laps on the medium tyres then, as we're dropping down the hill once again. And F1 2019 is currently on the medium tyres, doing a good job in 5th position there, as Gordo is on the medium tyres. So Serious Mushroom now accelerating out of turn 8, now coming in to 9 and 10 as well. Diashi there, those tyres there might not pass an MOT test at this stage of proceedings, and DRS for Diashi, DRS for Serious Mushroom as well. No DRS there for Diashi. I'm speaking absolute rubbish once again there. Serious Mushroom now past Rembo, it's also past their former teammate as well. Diashi's gone off the circuit there and onto the marble set, and it's unfortunately just a downward spiral when you get out there. Diashi there really struggling at the moment there, but he is still in this race, and that's kind of all what matters, isn't it, at the moment now, because there's anything can happen in this race, and it normally does in ALR as well. And Murphy is in the pits there, and he is retired from the race. C is now the new race leader into the pits. There comes when the Haas, I think it was F1 2019, it is F1 2019, doing a sprint middle sector there. Steve now leads then. Curly Red is not saying, I was going to say Cookie. Oh, this is going to get very interesting indeed then. So we have 3 retirements so far. This is great, isn't it? So we've got completely different strategies out there at the moment, and hard tires for the top 3. I've just leaned on my controller, I apologise. We got Gordo who's just got past. Oh my word, what's occurring here then? We got yellow flags, yellow flags in the background. Something has gone wrong there in the background, and look at this, his Echo is up into 8th position there and getting past Gordo. And FIFA's got past Nude Potato. Then Nude Potato is on the hard tyre as well. FIFA is on the soft tyres. They're going for a sprint middle sector then. F1 2019 is now on the medium tyres until the end of this race then. And that is going to be quite a long race on those medium tyres, I would say. So you might have to do some babysitting there for some of this race. It might have to become a bit twinkle toes at this moment then. And as Brandon saying, evening Sean, just about to head off to work. A great race so far. Silver is looking great, indeed it is, isn't it? I must say then the gold there is definitely has got some incredible performance, hasn't he? But silver, I love silver because it's so much up in the air, isn't it? And it's very difficult to determine there who's who's got the form at the moment. Who's got the form? I would say though it's definitely Gamer at the moment there, but he is at the moment he is still he's still on course to win this race then. But well, I say he's on course to win this race, and it looks like it to me. Steve is on the medium tyre. Steve's on the soft tyres here. As Curly has gone to the hard tyres in the race, and so I think Steve is going to do 2 stops here. We got Racing Point out on the pit lane as well for Diashi. Diashi there. I wonder what tyres he's going to go on as well. Racing Point. Troy is also in the pit, so he's behind the 8 ball because of an early collision there. Hard tyres, and for Diashi, he's going to the end of the race. Then what about Troy is also on the hard tire, and he is also out of the pits as well. So Wilson is leading, and he started off the race there on these hard tires, and there is Gamer in the background there, really putting the pace in now, isn't he? But I think it's Serious Mushroom and Rempo that are having a good old scrap for third and fourth. Good stuff. We got Gordo in a fantastic sixth position up there with Echo in a fifth as well. Those two have gone very strong deep there, but they've got to go an awful long way on those medium tires. I think they're going to come in the pits there and throw on a set of softs towards the end then. I think, anyway, I wish I was Mystic Meg at this stage of proceedings then, because I would probably look like an absolute genius then, but I'm not going to fool anyone. I am anything but a genius, really. I kind of guess most of what's going on, and the drivers know exactly what's going on, don't they? Of course they do. It's our strategy. They don't make it up before they don't make it up just before they go in the race then. They might modify it and probably change some of their ideas, but they already have a plan about the race then, about what strategy they have the race then. Probably on the weekend, so to speak, and they do some race runs, don't they? And really start to get familiar with the circuit and just making sure that they got some pace in their cars. And then, of course, they didn't qualify, and they might modify that, don't they? If they don't qualify well, or maybe qualify higher. Maybe they wasn't expecting to go into get into the top 10. They've qualified on the soft tires, and so they've had to modify their strategy, perhaps. So there's a lot of things to really take into consideration when it comes to strategy. Remember, the Formula 1 teams have like umpteen amount of people there working on the strategy, whilst these guys have just got to think about their strategies themselves. And I got to say, in some of the league races I've been in, which ain't many to be fair, I really get the strategy completely wrong. So it's a very difficult skill to master, isn't it? It ain't just about being quick, it's also about mastering the strategy, mastering those tires, making sure that you can get those tires on a long enough stint there to have a sensible pit stop window as well. Wilson doing a great job on those hard tires though, isn't he? He's really edging into the soft compound runners, soft compound window now. Now then, Gamer needs to get by Wilson quite quickly. I haven't said that though. He's really loving life on these hard tyres, isn't he? And look, he's got to go on the outside. Is he? Gamer has said, I wonder if that might be a risk too much for Gamer. I wonder if he might just think about get overtaken on the start finish straight as well. Then no reason to be force the issue too much. Echoes off the circuit. He has damaged the whole of the front wing there for the Alfa Romeo. It's a virtual safety car, and Baz almost going into Echo. What a shame for Echo since he returned to ALR, and he did a great job in golf there. He was doing a good job in silver today there up until lap 17. What a shame now. Into the pits comes Wilson there. We've also got Serious Mushroom rolling the dice as well. Rempo has stayed out then. So into the pits now comes Wilson on the medium tires then. I think that look at that Red Bull, and that Red Bull there did I thought a bit of debris come off, might have been from the tires there. So it's the first safety cars out now then, really rolling the dice, and DRS has now been enabled. We're back racing here then. Gordo also coming in the pits while then taking advantage of this virtual safety car. Interesting stuff. And indeed then Ayrton has stayed out, and he's now catapulted himself up to 6th position. Look at that. Curly's also up in the 5th position then, and now this is where the race is starting to really take shape here in Bahrain. Fantastic. Going in the pits, going on to the medium tires as well. Wilson's just come out. It's Curry trying to go up the inside of Wilson. Wilson now is really downbeat after the qualifying session, but my word, he's my driver of the day so far. Fantastic. But then again, you can't forget New Potato Hero. He's doing a great job in third position now. There's some great performances out there at the moment now. Curly Red also catapulting up the order as well. I said this in Australia there. There's some really good qualifiers and some really good races, isn't it? Makes for an absolutely fantastic race, doesn't it, here in Silver tonight? Great stuff, then. 4.5 seconds to gap at the moment, and Steve's just got past D Ashley there, or halfway, because I looked at the yo-yoing around there as D Ashley there. Looks like he lost momentum now. Steve's now up in the 12th position there. In front of him is a Billet in the front there. Doing a good job, Billet is. So it's really impressed me here in the ALR this weekend, in this event here in Bahrain. Doing a great job there on board F1 2019, and he sees Ayrton in his sights then. Ayrton is stayed out then, as Steve is now up in the 11th position. Steve doing a lot of overtaking tonight as well. Good stuff. And now then, Steve's next target is the Ferrari of Beefy then. Now then, Serious Mushroom has come in then and has rolled the dice, so to speak, on that strategy then. So how is he going to do then on those medium tires to the end of the race? And he's got a lot of work to do, I feel then, from now to the end of the race. And Ayrton has just been overtaken then from F1 2019. He's up the inside then. F1 2019 is now up into back him in the 6th position then. Next target is Curly on the hard tires as well. Ayrton is now going to have to go defensive once again then, because he's now got Serious Mushroom now right up his diffuser as we're coming up into turn 4. We got the Haas and Gordo just in the background, 5 seconds away at the moment. FIFA is completing the top 10. I do not believe that the top 10 is going to be staying like that. That is a, well, I would say that's a fact, but that's just an opinion at the moment, isn't it? As once again, then only a virtual safety car in this race, and good stuff indeed there from everyone out there as well. Yeah, safety cars can be quite common around here, but I think the ALR bunch have done a really good job over the 2 days here in Bahrain. Fantastic stuff so far. Really tipping my hat off, or tipping my mop off, as I should say at the moment. So really good stuff indeed there. And look at this, the Service Rush is going at the inside, Ayrton leaving just about a gap there, just about a Williams car space there. And now Service Rush is on the outside, Ayrton is on the inside as well, and a brilliant manoeuvre there from Serious Mushroom. Yes, he's on the medium tires, but that is bravery at the utmost there. And Ayrton there, of course, there, he's a very respectful driver there, and of course there, and I think you could only do that to a few drivers, and Ayrton is one of them. Good stuff indeed there from Serious Mushroom there, and Ayrton sensible driving then in 8th position then. And so Serious Mushroom is really now starting to put his paces in, isn't he? Now we're on board with Diash then. So he's on the hard tires to the end of the race then. His next target is, it's Serious Mushroom there, as Ayrton has gone back through and up the inside. That was not a part of the script there from Serious Mushroom. Serious Mushroom there, get on the accelerator, and Haas spinning it there as well then. So Ayrton there was biding his time there, wasn't he? He let Serious Mushroom there have his moments in the Bahrainian sunshine, didn't he? Albeit moonlight, I should say now. And now Ayrton got him back down the start-finish straight, didn't he? So Serious Mushroom then, it's going to have to go for round 2, isn't it? But this is not what Serious Mushroom wanted, was it? He is trying to really put in some attacking laps now, isn't he? Because he needs to, if he wants to get back on the podium as well. Rembo is 4.7 seconds back at the moment, but she is second, doing a great job. This will be her first podium in ALR if she can stay there. 10 laps to go from Young Lights. Indeed. New Potato is in a third position as well. Wilson, a fantastic drive in 4th. Curly in 5th position there. F1 at 2019 is 6th. Ayrton and Serious Mushroom there are dicing for all their worth there. And having a great ball indeed. I'm enjoying this one. 9th position is Gordo. Ayrton running slightly wide. FIFA in 10th position. That's a top 10. Steve is hunted down FIFA for that final point scoring position there. FIFA might need to... It's going to need to have a hell of a final stint now to match his podium from last week there. We have got Steve in 11th position, Baz in 12th position as well, Billet in 13th position there, Troy in 14th, Diashi is 15th, Serious Mushroom is 7th, passes Ayrton, and now is Ayrton going to come back at him. I think the job might be done at this stage, but we do have another, but of course we do have another DRS zone as well, don't we? But I think that the job may be done now for Serious Mushroom there, as there it is, and as Ayrton there does have DRS, and is he going to be able to get him coming up the hill then? He is gaining. He's having a look. He's thrown up the inside. Ayrton's got a 3-second penalty there. Maybe a bit overzealous there from Ayrton. Serious Mushroom there turned out there, and away goes as well. And that's a big blow there from Ayrton, isn't it? Because that 3-second penalty, that is going to be crucial in the final stage of this Bahrain Grand Prix. That 3-second penalty at the moment is going to drop him down to 10th, and Steve is also coming out quite quickly as well. That is a big blow for Ayrton, isn't it? But I think that it's definitely worth a go, isn't it? Well, I do appreciate a good go. That's my opinion anyway. But unfortunately, that might come back to haunt at the end of this race. Then Gamer has now gone up to 5.5 seconds. He's really enjoying those hard tires, isn't he? We said this before on the broadcast that some drivers do prefer the harder tires, don't they? And I think Gamer might be one of those drivers there. He's loving the hard tires tonight here in Bahrain, going for his third Grand Prix win in 4 races in silver. Gamer is absolutely flying out there at the moment, isn't he? He's at the moment the cream of the crop here in ALR Silver. Impressive stuff indeed there from Gamer. Rembo is, we already mentioned, on a great drive, her best performance in ALR to date then, and this is what we know Rembo is capable of, and I think she's really showing her true form here tonight. Good stuff indeed then. New Patel there from 15th on the grid up to 3rd there, an absolutely banzai of a performance here tonight then. Gordo and FIFA are not giving an inch between each other. Remember, this is for the final point scoring positions of the season of the race, and now Gordo there is riding at the rear wing of FIFA. FIFA has the DRS, and Gordo's trying to go on the outside. Not quite. And now FIFA is in 8th position, and Gordo dropping down. FIFA, not for Gordo dropping down into 10th position as well. Whilst that was going on, F1 2019 is passed. Curly moved up into 6th position then. Curly has, 5th position. Curly has dropped down to 6th then. And you can see then the lack of penalties in this, which is absolutely outstanding, isn't it? Unfortunately, Ayrton does have a couple of penalty to his name now. Oh my word, there we got a bit of a train here. It's a Billet, Troy, Baz, and Diash there, all fighting outside the points zone. And look at the caliber of drivers there as well. As all these drivers have finished at least 5th or higher in terms of Troy, Baz, and Diashi. Billet there, of course. There, I think he's a new driver to ALR, isn't he? But as I've already mentioned, he's really shown that he is a very capable driver, isn't he? As Pool do has got a 3-second penalty as well. That's his first penalty of the race as well. So good 17th there from a Pool do in 17th position as well. And it's very difficult to step in to an F1 car. Late notice there, but I think he's done a really good job there to really keep to stay in this race well. So hats off there to Pool do there, and brilliant stuff indeed. Gordo's up the inside, then passes FIFA, then there they are as well, but he's gone in deep. So FIFA has gone back up the inside, then the old switcheroo, that's neither the old razzmatazz as well. So FIFA up into 9th position there, Gordo down into 10th position, right, trying to go on the outside, not quite there. And in the background there we got another Ferrari there, but look at this conga line there, goodness me then. And I gotta say, oh my word, there, Troy, they're getting very interested. Oh goodness me, there, as our Troy there, oh my word, they're getting a bit vicious there, isn't it? Oh my word, and he's still got 12th position there. Troy getting a bit frustrated there. He's had a very disappointing race tonight. Troy hasn't he? Down in 13th position now. I think he would have been hoping for some more points from for the Renault camp here tonight. Of course, there's also the joint constructors as well in ALR tonight. So of course it is gold and silver's combined constructors tally there, which is also going to be combined into for the end of which is also going to be a part of the table as well. If you made heads or tails of that, then I've got to say you are very impressive indeed then, because I had no earthly idea what I said then. But basically then there is a joint constructors championship now then, combined from gold and silver, and I think at the moment that Renault are leading it now after the events of what happened last night as well. And with Rempo in second tonight then, it's just going to extend the advantage. Jonathan and Emerson did a great job last night there. Last week Troy and Troy and Rempo did a good job as well with a solid 6th and 7th position there. Cirrus Merchant's got past Curly and moved up into 7th position then. Going back to this battle here then, and look at Billet's very quick on this back straight there. I think that's one of the reasons why Troy is trying to get past him, isn't it? Because there is not really many overtaking opportunities apart from into turn 4. Troy there just a bit look at this, that is Baz and Diash there. Diash is going to go to the inside. Oh, not quite, and Baz there slams the door shot there on the racing point net, and they're coming up the hill once again, and oh, Troy there is going to have a lunge there. He is having a lunge there on the inside, and once again Billet is defending for all he's worth. They're doing a cracking job on 12 up over medium tires, and those are the oldest of the field then. Great stuff then from Billet. He's in 12th position then, with Baz and Diashi still in 13th from 14th and 15th position. I'd say it's quo here at the moment, isn't it? In the battle for 12th, 13th and 14th. Well, let's take stock then, shall we? Cirrus Merchant there is now all over the back of F1 2019. Cirrus Merchant's had some incredible pace here tonight, and I went for an additional stop there. He might be ruined. He is 2 seconds away if he gets past F1 2019. He's 2 seconds away then, and that is getting very hair and scared. But Troy on the outside getting past Billet, moving up into 12th position. So Troy's going very up. He's got damage to the front wing on that Renault, so he's going to be strong for a lot of understeer issues as well. Now we've got Cirrus Merchant there, who is all over the back of F1 2019. Not for long, he is past F1 2019, moving up into 5th position now. Cirrus Merchant now has got 2 second deficit between himself and Wilson there. It's all good to see F1 2019. I think he's trying to sneak up the inside, the outside there, but he ducked out at the last bit there. So Wilson is then 10 seconds away from New Patel then. So Cirrus Merchant has lost more than he's gained here, unfortunately. Gone to the medium tires for Cirrus Merchant, so I might look back on that as a bit of a disappointment there. And Billet is back up the inside. Fantastic battle in here between Billet and Troy. And we've also got a great battle between Diashi and Bo and Baz as well, but Baz there has got through there. Troy is now running into the rear wing of the Ferrari, and this is a good battle as well. There's no points on offer here, and there is Echo in the background as well. It's going to be a 5-car battle then. Of course, this is only for pride then. It's not for points at this stage then. Anything could happen in ALR then, but it's a very calm race race at the moment. Ayrton has now got to get his defensive drive in on the go as well, because he's got FIFA alongside him. FIFA is alongside him. FIFA is past him and moves up to 8th finish there. Ayrton dropping down the order now, as those hard tyres then are really struggling then on 10 laps, and the medium tyres is now starting to come into their own then. The advantage might switch back to Ayrton later on the course, though, because of course the medium tyres are going to drop off quicker than these hard tyres, of course. Sam is saying Rempo second. This is rigged then. Yes, Rempo doing a great job in second at the moment there, and this is what I mentioned. That's the best performance of her ALR career so far. Then Ayrton there is now once again going to be feeling that he is being stalked then, and he is being stalked by Gordo, who's out the inside then, and he got past Ayrton there. As Ayrton there is just staying on the outside there, but oh goodness me, then Ayrton had to I think he felt the back end there trying to step out there, and Ayrton had to get off the accelerator pedal, didn't he? Otherwise I think he might have been spinning. Ayrton down to 10th position now as well, so Stee is now behind him, and Stee will be looking to try and get into the points that Echo is past is now past Diashi, moved up into 15th position then. And these 5 cards have been having a great blast, haven't they, in the last couple of laps or so. Really enjoyed this one. Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed. Arsenal fans there, talking to you, the likes of Gunnar, is going to be very happy then, because I think Arsenal scored that. I'm sure I just seen Patrick Obangian there banging it in the back of the net. And it's good stuff indeed there, Arsenal fans said. I only recognised that because my phone vibrated as well then, which tickled my toes. And I was like, ooh. Anyway, we're just and we're going back to this battle here then. Enough about me toes. At the moment, then it is Billet then, who is still leading this train, but he is not giving up his ease. Having a great old scrap here, Billet is then, and once again, just like yesterday, I think this is his best performance in ALR. He's really loving Bahrain. Now Troy is back past again, then, but of course we thought that was the end of the story last time. It really isn't, is it? Because Billet there is a very quick customer in this Ferrari here tonight, isn't he? Doing a good job standing in for Nigel, isn't he? And who is that? And that's Echo up the inside there in turn 13. He passes Baz, and great manoeuvre there from Echo. And Babazo is inching back past, and Ayrton has lost him. It's now on the points, and he's dropped out then down in 11th position there. And unfortunately, I think he's also got an additional penalty as well. Ayrton has, and that's a big shame. But Steve then, who I think it's shown in flash of this race then that he would have been on the podium, I feel, or at least battling for that podium position there. And Troy's got Billet has got past Troy once again. This is a great battle, isn't it? Great stuff indeed there between Troy and Billet there. I think these drivers, there's nothing on the line for these drivers at the moment and on lap 26, but I think they're probably just having a bit of fun really out there. And look at this, and it's going all over the course, and it's getting very frisky out there. And now Troy's on the outside, a great manoeuvre there, and he is through that. Oh, Billet, get on the accelerator. A bit too hard, then it's going to be side by side. Oh, is there going to be tears? No, there isn't. There, great manoeuvre there from Bass, but he's gone more than Billet has gone back at the inside. Fantastic manoeuvre, but Bass is on the inside. This is great camera work. This is great action here in Bahrain, and Billet is still in 13th position now. I'm loving that. That's fantastic racing there, and this is only for I say only, this is for 13th position there. There's no points on offer in this one, but absolutely amazing stuff, isn't it? I'm tipping my hat off to these drivers. Really entertaining stuff indeed there. I'm enjoying this one. Serious Motion there, I might be enjoying this race even more there, because he's all over the back of Wilson. He is not anymore. He is past Wilson and up into 4th position. Wilson is going to be very happy. This was his MO last season, was there, having difficult qualifying performances there, but in the race there he really put that one to one side. He was very downbeat though, wasn't he, to start this race, but not anymore. He is in 5th position there. And he's done 9 laps on those medium tyres. What's everyone 2019 has done 12 laps there. And one of the hard tyres now going to start to really come back in to their own as well. Gordo is defending from Stee as well, going up into turn at number 4 as well. Then, and look at Stee, then he's going to sneak on the outside. Gordo is trying to go for the racing line, and Stee is still on the outside. He's now on the inside. A great manoeuvre, and he is through and up in, or is he? Because Gordo is still there. He did go off the track though, but Stee there is not to give it up, is he? Great racing there. Of course, you can go off around the circuit, but look at this, that is incredible. And Stee is through up into 9th position now. Oh, great driving from both those drivers then. Oh, amazing stuff. I love that. That was brilliant then. Oh, amazing stuff indeed then. Oh, Gordo's going to have a look then, and he is sending up the inside then. See, there is just breaks much there then. He is on the outside, and he is still in 9th position. A great performance here tonight from Steve, and great performance from Gordo as well. But Gordo's got a 3-second penalty, and that is going to be a crucial part in this race. And he might, but Ayrton might need him to get one more penalty at the very least then, if he wants to get into the top 10. Because at the moment then, Gio does have a 3-second advantage over him. This moment then is going back down, and Wilson there is just too far back at the moment, and Sirius Mushu is currently 4th fed. We're on lap 28 then, as we've also got Curry there gain onto the back of F1 at 2019 as well. Baz has got a 3-second penalty. And Gio on a look then, but see there, it's got the high ground at the moment then, but we have another DRS at the moment, and there's Ayrton now, just waiting in the wings, isn't he? He's waiting for a mistake from one of these two drivers there, and probably hoping that they come to blows really, so he can nip through and get a 9th position here. Baz has got a 5-second penalty speed in the pit lane, and we've also got Troy in the pit as well, as that's a very late pit stop strategy there. I'm wondering if they've come to blows then, and Troy may be going for the fastest up here then, so that's going to get very interesting deep there now. Oh, is Ayrton there going into the back of Gio Slider, as he had just a bit of the wash off the back of that rear wing of Gio, and that just forced him to go into the back there as well. Young Light saying this has been an excellent race, and Rembo's performed well all stream then. Yes, she has indeed then. She's got one more lap to go though, but yes, as we've already mentioned, this is Rembo's best race of her ALR career thus far. Brilliant stuff indeed there. Ayrton's going to go up and under there, and I've got to say Ayrton's having a bit of fight in him tonight, hasn't he? Good stuff indeed there. Unfortunately, he does have one penalty too many then tonight, then, which perhaps might hurt him in terms of getting a point then. Final up then for Gamer then. He is going for free Grand Prix win in 4 races. This will be his first Grand Prix win. Ayrton's up the inside then. There he is then. Gordo is still trying to hold him off, and those medium tires I think are struggling now quite considerably, and now Ayrton there is all over the back from him as well, and look at this, and oh my goodness me, almost close to the pit lane there. So Ayrton is now back on the racing line. He's on the outside, and then Gordo going to brake late. He does brake later there, and Ayrton is still sticking to his guns on the outside. He is through up into 10th position now, and Gio is down in 11th. But look at this though, as Gordo I should say, then is now going up into 10th position there. He is battling, and but Ayrton there sticks on the outside. He is through in 10th position there, but at the moment no. Gordo does get that. Does get the 10th place there, which equals a point, doesn't he? Young Lights, a great manoeuvre as well. Bulky Volcano has just thrown a couple of eyes there in the comments as well. Then, so I think he might have appreciated that manoeuvre. It was good, wasn't it? But Gamer though, out of the final turn there, and the Gamer is going to win his 3rd Grand Prix of his silver career. Fantastic from Gamer. Every time he's been on pole position there, he hasn't been beaten, has he? Well, incredible stuff indeed. Rempa, what a performance there. She is her best performance of the season there in 2nd there. New Potato, a brilliant drive into 3rd position. Sirius Mushu there might be ruining that extra pit stop as well, but he is going to get 4th and 12 valuable points there in his quest for the World Championship. Wilson, a brilliant driver as well. He might be my driver of the day, to be honest. And we got to have a dead heat, are we? It's F1 2019 6, Curly 7th, FIFA in 8th position, SD in 9th position, Ayrton in 10th. It's going to be 11th, I think, now, because Gordo is going to be in 10th position. Ayrton down in 11th. As Bullet there, it looks like he has run out of it looks like he's got some. I think he's run out of fuel there, but he is having an absolutely epic race, wasn't he, towards the end then? But today, the race belongs to Gamer there. What a performance there. His 3rd Grand Prix win of his career. 2 for 2 now in silver, and really emulating the past 2 silver championships. So in the ALR so far. Of course, Murphy had 2 Grand Prix wins in a row last season, and the season before it was Glock, wasn't it? Now this season it's Gamer as well. Brilliant stuff indeed. And we've got a great old battle then for the final positions as well then. Great stuff then. Gamer there, absolutely magnificent performance here today. Absolutely mega stuff then. Rempo, best performance of her career so far in 2nd. New Potato gets driver today. I cannot argue with that, albeit I did argue with that because I did say that Wilson also got driver today as well. But definitely New Potato did a fantastic job then. Oh no, there it is then. I've got to say, we might have to get used to this then, because Gamer's been absolutely fantastic. Once again there, he is top of the pile. Brilliant stuff indeed then. Absolutely absolutely magnificent stuff there. Bulky Volcano, hope he can return soon then. Gamer, a young light saying, Gamer wins and good stuff indeed. Serious Mushroom, well, I messed that up for a full course yellow. So yeah, that's why Serious Mushroom came in the pits and he thought it was a safety car then. So a bit disappointing there. Absolutely, but still had fun and it was awesome stuff indeed then. Gordon not very happy with himself, but 10th position nonetheless then. Anyway, let's take a final look at the classification then from the race here in Bahrain. Gamer 2 for 2 this season, then third Grand Prix win of his career then. Rembo, her first podium visit in ALR, fantastic. New Potato from 15th on the grid to third, fantastic. Serious Mushroom in a fourth position there. He had an issue there with the full course caution, didn't he? Wilson from 16th to 5th, mega stuff indeed then. F-Wood 2019 in 6th then. Curly 7th, FIFA 8th, Steve 9th, Gio and Gordo in 10th position, Ayrton 11th, Echo 12th, T Ashley 13th, Troy Poodle in a 16th position, and Baz I think retired from the session, so did Murphy and everyone else. Right then, absolutely fantastic stuff, and now we're going to come on to the interview, shall we? I got to say, but before I do so, let me make sure I've got all my settings up to go as well. Excuse the blue screen of doom, or as we like to call it in the IT world, the blue screen of death, isn't it really? And I really get scared when I see a blue screen on a electronical component. 1 second, I'm on the wrong bit. Right, New Potato. What a performance here today then. From 15th on the grid there, you fought all the way back up into a very solid third in the end then. How did you feel about that one?
I was grand, I enjoyed it. I don't usually finish Bahrain, but that one finished.
You did indeed then, and you did get driver of the day because you had some amazing performances and you had a lot of pace as well. If you was further up the grid stage, do you think you could have won this race?
I would have took the race Gamer anyway, I think. It wasn't to be today. Hopefully the next race.
The next race is Vietnam then. How are you feeling for Vietnam?
I'm just one confident, hope for the best.
And that's all we want as well. Well done, Potato, and a solid third position today. Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed. Let's come to Rempo, who this is her first podium visit and the first time she's chatting to me as well then. So Rempo, I'm a bit nervous. Fantastic stuff today then. Absolutely mega stuff indeed. Your first podium visit, your best result of your ALR career as well. How was that?
Absolute honour to be talking to him. Nah, I tell you what though, last 10 laps I was nervous I was going to lag out. I'd never taken sector 2 so carefully in my life. But thanks to Emerson, Curly, Dan, Aiton, Alex, Guna for being my personal Jeff with that race. Yeah, I'm chuffed.
Well, it takes a big team, doesn't it, to be successful as well. Remember, Lewis Hamilton's got Angela, Bono, and all those kind of stuff as well. So it does take a team to win, doesn't it? But yeah, a brilliant second today, and I think that you were so close to that pole position earlier on. Then, do you think if you got a second run in, you would have been able to get pole?
Nah, well, Q1 and Q2 went perfectly, and I knew when Q1 and Q2 goes perfectly, I've got to mess up in Q3. I've got to mess up somewhere, so I knew it was coming, but now Gamer was too quick. He's a step above to so fair play.
Absolutely great stuff indeed. Well done, Rembo, and I look forward to seeing you in Vietnam in a week's time indeed then. Brilliant stuff. And let's come on to Gamer. I gotta say, Gamer, the only downside about winning is you've got to talk to me. But I gotta say, you've had 3 Grand Prix wins now in the last 4 races. Your form is absolutely intense at the moment. You're a very difficult man to beat. How was that for you?
Yeah, I'm really feeling good at the moment. Today it was a bit difficult in qualifying. The Q1 and Q2 were difficult, not my best laps. Also in Q3 my first lap was not the best one, but my last lap was one of my best laps, so really happy with it. In the race also a bit struggling with the tires on my first stint. My left rear was already on 13% after my formation lap. I don't know why, I think it was a glitch, but I was really feeling it, so it was really difficult.
Because I was, I think I read that comment out as well, but I've got a short-term memory. I'm like a goldfish. But because I was surmising that you would prefer it in the hard tires, but it was that 13% on the rear wheel that was causing you issues in the first stint.
Yeah, it was really difficult. Mushroom and Rambo are also really pushing at the end of the first stint, so it was difficult to keep them out of the RS.
It was really good stuff indeed then. And once you got on the hard tires, it looks like it was all controlled really from there. And was it as controlled as it looked from inside the car?
Yeah, it was feeling really good on hard tires.
Absolutely mega stuff indeed then. Going into Vietnam in a few days time then, are you going for 3 wins in there?
I don't think I will win Vietnam. It's not my best track.
You give the others hope then, but brilliant stuff indeed, gamer. I gotta say, since Brazil you've been absolutely fantastic, and hats off to you. Amazing stuff indeed. Congratulations to all the podium sitters here tonight. Amazing stuff, Ben. Wow, that's it for Bahrain this week. I've got to say I've absolutely enjoyed myself here in the beautiful desert. And of course we do go for Vietnam for one more time in ALR, as of course it's not on the next year's game, is it, after they have not been a very nice country, have they? But enough about that then. We'll see you Sunday for gold, but from here it is goodbye.